What's up, everybody? All those that's in the chat so far, man, looking so far. As promised, I made this a comic book channel, and today we are starting our first comic book. So, give some time for people to come into the building. I know it's not going to be a lot of people. We got to build up a crowd, so we're going to try to do that. I'm going to be working on this channel a lot, trying to build this channel up. So let's just get it started and see how it goes. You feel me? Entrances. Get this channel started and see where we take it. See where we take it. We're going to be looking at different channels. We're going to start with Comic Historian. Shout out to well, rest in peace, Comic Historian. I heard he got into a car accident or something, and he didn't make it. So I want to give him a shout out. First reveal of Power Rangers. Wait, why is the Red Ranger a girl? Touching shit. Always touching shit. First look at Power Rangers revealed. Red Ranger leader. Power Rangers leader. Looks like a female. I mean, I like the design. Hold on, let's take a look at this. Because this is a comic too. Hold on. The fit. Gotta switch to my other account on this one. Switch account. MTV Cosmic Comics. Shout out to Kakalaka for coming up with the name. I'll just put the K on on comics, but he basically came up. He pretty much came up with the name. So let's take a look at this Power Rangers thing. See what the hell they talking about before we get started while we waiting for people.
the new Power Rangers movie could have just had its biggest update and sounds familiar.
It's morphin' time!
Now, it's currently being reported that Paramount Pictures will be handling Power Rangers movies from now on, including an animated series. But for right now, let's talk about that movie. Now, I recently said that most of the fans and general audience only are familiar with one series of Power Rangers, and that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is the reason why the toys always is just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers all the time. Could there be a new Power Rangers team? Sure. I think that would be great. I would absolutely love to see a new team with new characters. But I also welcome the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reboot as well. I mean, I'm not going to say what's better or what's not. I just am a fan of the brand. They could adapt Super Sentai for all I care. Like, seriously, just do.
I'm super lost. When was there ever a female leader? I'm not saying that's bad. That's kind of fire, but I don't remember that. I don't.
Do something. Well, now we got a scooper that claims to know a little bit more about the next Power Rangers movie. Scooper by the name of My Time to Shine.
I'm mad in the movie they made the Putty Rangers rock. I mean, they were like kind of made a rock, but they made them like full like gravel and rock, and it was just fucking stupid. But it was a good movie. I'm not gonna lie. Another universe or something might have been. I'm not gonna lie. In the movie when the Blue Ranger died, it had me. I ain't gonna lie. It had me tear up a little bit when that Blue Ranger died. Only watched the original TV show. You gotta watch the movie. It's good. It's real good. It's real good. And the girl that played Rita, she did her thing. She definitely did her thing. But my favorite character was the Blue Ranger in that movie. Not just because he was black. It was just his character just drew you into him. You know, it was a good character. He was funny. He was smart. And you know, you can relate to his character in some ways. But when he died, that was so fucking sad. But they brought him back though. But it was a real good movie. It was a good movie. I don't know why they didn't do a second one.
Hello, who obviously does more scoops about MCU and DCU and stuff like that. Well, apparently this person says the next Power Rangers movie will have a female lead. And yes, obviously we've had female-led Power Rangers before. Very, very rare.
That was fire.
Very rare.
I'm not gonna lie, that was fire. That looked like VR Troopers and Power Rangers mix. Don't that out?
Yes, obviously we've had female-led Power Rangers before.
It's kind of like they made like Beetleborgs and VR Troopers and Power Rangers all mashed into one. Y'all remember Beetleborgs? That was my shit. VR Troopers was alright. I ain't gonna lie, it was alright. But Beetleborgs, that was my shit.
Very, very rare. Very rare. And
as promised, I said I was gonna make a comic book channel. That's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to build this up. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button so we can get this out. I know we got a lot of comic book fans out there. We just looking at this because they said it's going to be a female lead in Power Rangers, and then we're going to get into that Spawn versus the Devil and Satan. He said Mighty Morphin Power Rangers over everything. Yeah, it was always Power Rangers over everything. But what I was saying before you got here, the movie shifted my favorite character from Tommy to Billy. The movie-wise. Like TV show is always going to be Tommy. Tommy over everybody. Yo, I forgot about that. I forgot about the last Ronin. That shit is sad though. The whole fucking joint is sad. But that's gonna be the next one, Quad. Unless that's a request. Eyebrows. Kakalaka said Predator too. So you know, I got that in mind too. Like, and you know, y'all more than welcome to shoot me ideas. But if that's a request, eyebrows, I'll definitely do the last Ronin. He said, I'm about to make a last. They're about to make a what? Stop lying. Don't get me started. But how they gonna do it though? Because the whole movie will. I hope they make it. You know how Hollywood they fuck shit up. But the whole comic book is sad. It's banging, but it's sad. But they about to make a movie. Oh man, I can't wait for that. Oh, I can't wait for that. I would always think that Raph would be the one to survive though. You know, Raph is always the first to go because he don't know when to fucking listen. That's my favorite character too. Raph is my nigga. You know why? You know why, blood? You know why I like Raph blood? Red, my favorite color, blood. Nah, Raph just I relate to Raph more. He's hot headed. Sometimes he let his temper guide him, and that's how I used to be. So I relate to Raph a lot. But I always thought he said there won't be a single dry eye in the theater. That's what I'm saying. The whole fucking movie you gonna be crying. But Raph is probably most likely the first to go because he let his temper get to him. And you remember in the movie, the when they fucked him up on the roof, nigga then he always arguing with Mikey. No, not Mikey. What's the leader name? Donatello. He's always arguing with that's Donnie is the yeah, it's Donnie. Raph is my favorite too, but Mikey is the best one out of all of four. Splinter even says so. Leonardo, he's always arguing with Leo, and then he runs off on his own, hot-headed, and gets his ass whooped. But Mikey is the best one, and there's a reason why he gave them certain weapons. Raph weapon is a defense weapon. It's not meant for offense. And he's hot-headed, so he gave him that. I forgot why they gave Donnie. They gave Donnie the stick because he's smart, so he had to figure it out, and or something like that. Mikey, they gave him the nunchuck because of his. All their weapons are based on their personalities. Mikey got the nunchucks because Mikey, Mikey had asshole. So you got to focus more on nunchucks. He's not focused all the time, so you got to focus more on nunchucks. So that you're right. That makes him the best. That definitely makes him the best. Mikey knows when and when not to. And then in the new movie, don't Mikey got psychic powers or something like that? He was able to throw what's the name back into time. Mikey becomes a wizard or something like that in that new movie. Not the one where not Manhattan, the other one. It's a new one. The Manhattan joint was crazy. Ice Cube did his fucking thing. Ice Cube did his thing. It's a cartoon movie. Mikey sends the dude with the hockey stick back in the time. Mikey sends the dude with the hockey stick. He sends him back in the time. Actually, I think they have kids. April and the hockey stick dude have kids or something like that. And he no, that's not mutant, not mutant mayhem. That's a CGI joint. I'm talking about it's an animated one. Hold on, let me look it up. What was the last animated Ninja Turtles movie? No, not that one. There's another one. What were all the animated Ninja Turtle films? There's another one. They send him back. Mikey is like a wizard or something. He got some type of wizard powers, and he sends April and what's the name son back in the time to save him because the future all fucked up. I think it's this. It's this one. It's this one right here. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. This one. This shit is hilarious too. Is this one? Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. He sends what's the name back into oh shit, they got the bull from uh 8 Mile playing Raph. Big bull. But yeah, Donnie is what's her name is yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah, the title is way too much. The title is too much, but they send Mikey got some type of powers, and he send what's the name back into the past to stop the future from happening. That's a good movie. Mikey had you dying the whole movie. But hey, Quaz, if that's a request, let me know now because I'm about to start I'm about to start it. Don't have me start halfway through when you want to do Last Ronin. So let me put that up. Oh, so that's what you want to do, Last Ronin? Let me change the title. That's why I said I gotta change the title. I gotta do all that. So let me change the title. Don't forget Jenica, she was also a turtle too. Yeah, I forgot about her. No. The female turtle was like some different other color. Remember they had her in the show. How you spell that? The Last Ronin. How you spell that one? Hold on. How you spell the Last Ronin? Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me change the title and get the Last Ronin up in there. All right, y'all. Get y'all tissues ready because Quaz want to make everybody sad today. Get your tissues ready. All right. First we're gonna start with the animated trailer. Did you see that yet? We're gonna start with the animated trailer. I'll give y'all a little introduction in what we about to get into. Jenica was yellow in the comics. Venus is the light blue one. That's what I'm talking about. Venus. What happened to Venus? My bad, y'all. I'm being a horn toad. All right. Cool. Let's get started. Whoever animated this was good too. Who animated this? Speed guy. I can't pronounce that shit. I'm not sure if he animated it or not, but whoever animated this is very good.
I knew this was a suicide mission.
Then they turned his headband black. Why?
On my terms. For my family. For honor.
Oh, Yeet the Deep, yo Yeet, peace and welcome. I forgot to say that.
You don't gotta do this. Quiet! No more talking.
Like, and I think it's fire too because Mikey whole character, his personality switched. Even though he turned into a kind of a schizo, he basically took on the personality of all of them, but mainly Wrath, in my opinion. He sounds like him. His demeanor is like Wrath. He's hot-headed like Wrath, but he basically took on the personalities of all of them. And he sees and talks to him.
We were always so different.
Right. Fire.
So
I like how he made the headband black too. And he made the headband black to signify that he took on a dark personality.
I miss my brothers so much. I miss my father more than anything else. I wanted to make him proud.
Nigga only got 3 fingers. I always wondered that. How can they punches even hurt? You only got 3 fingers. You got to put some power into that punch.
But they're all gone now. In the end, too little,
Right.
too late. Story of my life. I'm sorry, Father. I failed. Please forgive me.
What I don't get is, how was the knife going in there? You got a big ass shell around him. Where was that knife going? Oh yeah, they mutants. They naturally strong, like Quaz just said.
Focus.
You guys don't wake him up soon. I'm eating the last bagel.
I'm eating the last bagel.
Hey, Sleeping Beauty, wake up. We
Wake
got
up
things
right
to
there.
do.
That was a good animation. Whoever did that was very good. Very good animation. Very good animation. All right, so let's get into the comic so you can see what really happened. The Last Ronin Saga, complete story. Dun 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 dun. And shout out to the variant.
What's up,
Variant
my
comic.
peoples? For today's episode, we are giving you a compilation of our coverage of the entire TMNT The Last Ronin Saga, which was written by the original Turtle creators, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. The 5-issue miniseries was released between October 2020 and April 2022, with Eastman and Laird taking us to a post-apocalyptic New York to tell us a heartbreaking story about the last surviving Ninja Turtle and his mission to avenge the deaths of his father Splinter and his 3 fallen brothers. It was a slow burn as the release of the 5 issues were spread across nearly 2 years, but it was well worth the wait because the story
Definitely.
is so freaking good. They've since followed up this arc with a separate series that fills in more gaps for The Last Ronin called The Lost Years. Eastman and Laird also have a sequel series, The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution, slated to drop in December. So this complete overview of the original Last Ronin saga is...
Hold up. When did The Last Ronin 2 come out? Hold up.
is the perfect way to set you all up just for that. So let's get into it, shall we? The comic opens up with the last Ronin, aka the last surviving Ninja Turtle, walking into what looks like sludge. Then we see people talking to the last Ronin off-panel saying, "Cold, huh?" And he replies, "Yeah, all the time." These people off-panel continue to say, "Forget the temperature, the toxicity levels gotta be off the charts.
Turtles?
You'd have to be crazy to swim in that sludge." The last Ronin says, "Maybe, but no bridges and no boats. Don't leave me much of a choice."
Wow, you
Okay,
just started some
enough chit-chat.
shit.
And on the next page, we see the sludge or body of water the last Ronin is walking in is the water that surrounds Manhattan. That's right, in this post-apocalyptic future, every way in and out of Manhattan has been closed off and all the water surrounding it is now toxic sludge. On the next page, Ronin continues to say, "The water is ice cold, smells wrong, tastes even worse. Definitely not fit for human survival. That's okay, I'm not human, and I've got plenty of my own nasty." As he throws ninja stars monitoring the wall of Manhattan. On the next page, he says a couple of crappy cameras, rusty barbed wire, and no guards. Looks like they're way more worried about people getting out than in. That's a mistake. I'm gonna make damn sure of it. Time to finish this, as he hops the wall, making his way into this future New York City. The Ronin then hides in an alley in the shadows while his voices continue to talk to him off panel saying,
"Let me slow this nigga down. You talking too fucking fast, bro. Fuck can you get in the story? How can you get into the story?" Oh, no, not no sleeper. What am I doing? Slow this nigga down a little bit.
"And what? You were expecting a leisurely stroll the whole way or something? And we thought the Lower East Side was overcrowded before." Ronin replies, "Doesn't matter. The plan stays the same. I just need to get from here to there," as he points to what looks like an Emperor's Tower. This panel also reveals the voices that have been talking to him off screen are his 3 dead brothers. Now, we're not sure if he's actually able to talk to his 3 dead brothers, or if these are just hallucinations he's having to help him get through this. The Ronin's brothers then ask, "How do you suppose to get to that tower? You just gonna grab a cab? That's a long-ass hump, and a mutant packed head to toe with weapons don't exactly blend in." Ronin says, "Tell me something a little more obvious. Besides, you know the drill, adapt and overcome." His brothers then say, "Good luck."
Okay, now he sounds remedial. Let me put it back to normal. Now he sounds remedial.
With that, Ronin replies, "Luck has nothing to do with it. Do or do not." As we see Ronin steal a motorcycle from a girl named Jones. Is this Jones girl related to Casey Jones? We don't know. Ronin, now on the motorcycle, beelines his way towards that tower he was talking about earlier. But in the process, he makes quite a bit of noise, even throwing his motorcycle into a fuel tanker, causing a massive explosion.
Yeah, that Mikey on some shit, bro. Hold, let me take this off. Mikey on some shit, bro. Mikey throwing motorcycles in the fuel tanks. Hold, Mike.
Brought quite a bit of attention onto himself. He's forced to hide in a sewer system.
Oh,
So when he
Mike.
pops out, he's stopped by robotic security guards saying, "Halt, intruder." Ronin says, "Crap, security is lightly armored, some kind of RoboCops. Time for an old trick. Pull out ninja
Mikey
smoke
playing
bombs
police.
to buy himself time to get away." But that doesn't work, as these RoboCops, or Robo-Ninjas as he later calls them, are tougher than they look. But he eventually bashes one in the face so hard that the helmet cracks open. And after he does, he says, "What the hell?" And one of his brothers asks, "Is that a human inside that armor? Looks like some kind of cyborg. I think more synthetic than human. A synthetic ninja, a stinking Sinja? What kind of sick freak does that to someone?" And Ronin answers his brother saying, "The reason I'm here. That's who." And I should have said,
Damn, he took humans and turned them into cyborg bodyguards. Is that of the original Green Lantern lamp behind him? Oh, I couldn't be in that studio. That should be missing immediately. They couldn't let me in that studio. Once I left, that should have been missing. And he got the Heat Man in the back. Oh, man. Oh, look at this. Oh, Wolverine. Batman versus Superman. Ew, with the Batman armor. And he got Iron Man over there. Oh, that shit would have been missing.
said this earlier, but can I just say the last one
shit
looks so
would've been
badass with all of his weapons and gear. This is the coolest looking Ninja Turtle ever. I need an action figure or
Right.
statue of him ASAP. Anyway, the
ASAP.
Ronins then hears one of the cyborgs say, "Unit 109 has been disabled. Scanning for suspect." He He then says to himself, place is going to be crawling with those things soon. Need to keep moving. Stay on mission. And remember the first real lesson our father ever taught us. Strike hard. Fade away. Never lose focus. As he finally arrives at the tower, looking up at it. But needless to say, it's still not that easy, as more of the cyborg ninjas start attacking him for the next few pages, causing a pretty epic battle in this futuristic New York. There's even flying cars that look straight out of the Fifth Element, and the Ronin is able to hijack a flying police car. But needless to say, he doesn't know how to fly the thing, so he crashes it through a billboard saying, "This isn't good," before jumping out, and then the police car crashes and blows up behind him, to which he says, "Seriously?" And one of his brothers says,
Mike blowing up half of Manhattan. We only 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes in. Mike then blew up half of Manhattan.
"Smooth moves. Classic. You still can't fly 10 feet in a straight line." And Ronin just replies, "Whatever. Shut up." Ronin then says, "My brothers are right. I need to stick to what I know best." And of course, that's running and jumping off of rooftops. Then on the next page, we see the reason why this last turtle, or the Ronin, wants to get to that tower. Because the ruler of the city, Oroku Hiroto, is in there. For those of you who are like, fantastic, who the heck is that? He's the ruler of this futuristic New York City. But
isn't that Shredder's Shredder's like grandson or something like that? Haruka Hirogo, wherever his name is, that's Shredder's grandson, right? He accomplished what Shredder couldn't.
More importantly, Shredder's grandson and new master of the Foot Clan. And obviously, he's not too thrilled that someone is making a disturbance in his city, so he sent his captain to find and execute the Ronin, and he wants him to do so on camera so everyone in the city can watch, making an example of what happens to people when they disobey his rule. Anyway, on the next page, we see the Ronin talking to himself, saying, from the day him and his brothers were born, their father trained him and his brothers to fight in the war between their families, for respect, for honor, for revenge. And now, after
you know what's so fire though? And Mutant Mayhem, Splinter, Master Splinter, he didn't get taught by a master. He learned on his own by just watching fucking karate videos. So that guy let you know that he has a certain level of intelligence. He's like Taskmaster. He can see something and replicate it, and then pass it on to the turtles. That's fire.
Decades of murder and death, I've had enough, as he finally makes his way inside the bottom of the tower. But once he makes his way in there, he sees military-grade equipment everywhere and hardcore foot soldiers, who are now futuristic cyborgs, much like the ones he was fighting earlier. He tries to blow by them all by hopping on a motorcycle.
So that nigga turned the foot soldiers, and that's kind of a ripoff of Mortal Kombat, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Didn't the bull turn the Shiryu into cyborgs? That's kind of it. It's kind of, I ain't saying it is. It's kind of a ripoff of the Mortal Kombat John, but they made it a little bit more fire. So he turned the Foot Clan into cyborgs. Oh, this story getting good.
And causing an explosion, but that doesn't work. So he's forced to get into a huge battle with him against a crap ton of cyber foot soldiers. Yeah. Meanwhile, Hiroto looks on via the cameras, telling his captain, "Why am I looking at the terrorists inside the lower levels of..."
The Lin Kuei. That's what it is. The Lin Kuei. Shiryu is what's her name? But you're right. Splinter always had some type of intelligence before the mutation, because if you go to the movie, he didn't get mutated yet. And he was just sitting in his cage copying his master's moves. So he was like Taskmaster the entire time.
Of my tower. His captain says, "I understand your concern, but I have activated every resource available to stop him." Hiroto replies, "No, I don't think you understand. Either I have his head on a pike before this day is through, or I will have yours." Meanwhile, the Ronin is able to handle these futuristic foot soldiers, cutting off their limbs and busting their cyber skulls left and right. But just when he makes his way towards the top, futuristic flying mousers with lasers start attacking him.
That's how you know that nigga is ruthless. He busts one in the face and noticed that it was human. And it didn't bother him one bit. He chopping off heads and limbs. Mikey lost it.
Then a huge mouser starts.
So that means that his brothers was the only ones that was keeping Mikey sanity. And when Mikey lost everybody, that was it. All that funny shit went out the window.
Charging him, to which Ronin stabs him in the chest with the sword. But it's too late, because the mouser tackled him through a window, causing him to free fall to the ground below.
Right.
On the streets below, we see Ronin bloody and broken, but still alive
Make
and
sure you hit
pissed
that like
that he
button.
almost had Hiroto, as he was at the top, but got tackled out a window last minute. But before the foot soldiers can recover the body, that Jones girl from earlier and her friends tells them the dude you're looking for isn't dead. He took off that way. To which the foot soldiers say, all units, the terrorist is still alive. Redirect pursuit towards Central Park. We then see that the Ronin went down a sewer and the Jones girl followed him. Elsewhere, Hiroto is extremely pissed that the turtle got away and even says, how the hell was he even alive to commence such idiocy? I wiped those dreadful things from the face of the earth a decade ago. He then looks at his mom in some sort of cryo chamber saying, no matter, you need not worry. As always, I have it under control. Nothing will ever threaten my ironclad rule over this city. This empire I have forged, and you will always be here to share in my glory and to witness as I finish all that you could not, dearest mother.
What I don't get is how the fuck did he just take over Manhattan? Where was the rest of the United States government at? That's the part of the story that I didn't get. I might not have gotten that far. They might have explained it. We're going to find out today. But where the fuck was the rest of the United States government? He built the Trump wall and everything. Where was Trump at? Where the fuck was the rest of the United States that said, fuck it, them niggas over there tripping. Let them have it.
Mother.
Fuck
So that's
Manhattan.
pretty crazy. His mother is in some sort of cryo chamber. I'm sure that's going to be super important later on. Anyway, Hiroto's captain then comes in saying the terrorist is still on the loose, which obviously doesn't make him too happy. Meanwhile, beneath the sewer, our last turtle, or Ronin, is saying to himself, could have gone down fighting. Let those things finish me off. But that just be avoiding the inevitable. Knew this was a suicide mission from the start. Need to end this now, on my own terms, as he starts taking off his gear and laying his weapons right in front of him. This turtle...
Okay, so this is the animation part that we just watched. When he got tackled out of the building and he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go out on my own terms. I guess that didn't work.
Continues to say, we were always so different, so much alike. I miss my brother so much, as he opens a bag, laying down all 4 of their colored bandanas. He continues to say, I miss my father more than anything else. I wanted to make him proud. In the end, too little too late. Story of my life. He then takes Leonardo's broken sword and points it towards his chest, saying, I'm sorry, father. I failed. Please forgive me. That's right. Whichever turtle this is, he's about to kill himself because he failed. That's some hardcore stuff right there.
Whichever turtle it is,
towards his end, too little too late.
He got
Story
his
of my
own
life.
bandana
He then
down
takes
there.
Leonardo's broken sword and points it towards his chest, saying, I'm sorry, father. I failed. Please forgive me. That's right. Whichever turtle this is, he's about to kill himself because he failed. That's some hardcore stuff right there. But before he can put the blade through his chest, he passes out due to losing too much blood. But just as he passes out, that Jones girl finds his body saying, holy crap, no way, you're a mutant turtle. We then see that this turtle is in some sort of turtle heaven and that he reunited with his brothers in the sewer. But guess what? It's not, because this turtle actually isn't dead. As on the final page of the issue, we see him wake up in a hospital bed with an older mother freaking April O'Neil bringing him soup and tea. To which this turtle says, April, is that really you? She replies, yes, it's me. And I'm so relieved to see you awake. You really had me worried, mister. But who were you just talking to, Michelangelo? And just like that, the comic ends. That's right, friends. April O'Neil is still alive and much older. But not only that, the big reveal of this issue is the last Ronin is none other than Michelangelo. And I gotta say, I like that they went with Michelangelo. Raph would have been the obvious pick as he's the badass of the group, but making Michelangelo the base.
That's what I said. But then you think about it, Raph is always the first nigga to go off by himself and get fucked up. And then they got to save him. So that eliminates Raph. Then I went to Leonardo. I would have thought he would have been the next pick. But then, like I said, Mikey wound up being the best. Ooh, and they got Thor's hammer right there. All that shit would have been missing.
Baby and jokester of the group, the last turtle left to bring redemption to him and his brothers.
Yeah,
Pretty
me
awesome.
neither. I didn't
Issue
know
2
me-
starts off with April O'Neil waking up from a terrible dream with tears running down her face, with a caption saying, now. Then on the next page, we see a
Yeah,
caption
Raph would've
saying,
been too easy.
then. We see that April's inside of her apartment asking Casey, what the heck is taking them so long? Casey tells her, relax, April. You know getting from the lair to anywhere is always a pain in the butt. April's all like, but all this food, and he tells her, it's fine, babe. I'm more worried about screwing up the toast later. She then asks him, are you nervous to tell them? And he says, sort of, but they're family. Still can't believe you said yes. As we see him grab her hand, showing us that she has an engagement ring on her ring finger, which is an awesome reveal for diehard Turtle fans because that was a long time coming. Yes, I know they got.
Yeah, it's been like, yo, why don't y'all just fuck already? God damn. It's just like, yeah, bro, like, god damn, we know they love. I hate cartoons like that. Like, don't you hate that where like the people that you know is gonna be in love, like they just keep fucking it up. Like they'll have these moments and then split, fuck up the moment, and you know, they just be in denial or something like that, or something that happened and they can't be together. I hate that type of story. I'm so tired of those type of stories. So I'm so glad that they went and did this. That's great.
Got married in the final episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Back to the Sewer animated series, but I'm talking about comics, and I don't think we've ever seen this before in comic continuity. At least not to my knowledge, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, after April makes a joke saying it took Casey long enough to ask her to marry him, a bloody Raph comes barging in through the front door, while saying, make a hole, incoming, ambush, as he clears off the table, throwing all the food April and Casey prepared for them on the floor. April then walks over to Raph saying, ambush, who? Raph, you're hurt. He replies, forget me, Master Splinter, as Mikey and Donnie come carrying in a wounded Master Splinter saying, Raph, where? Donnie then tells April, grab the med kit and bring everything. We are then taken back to the present where we see April sit up in her bed, telling us this is a bad memory she was reliving in her sleep. The comic then continues to elaborate on this memory via a flashback with the Turtles putting Splinter on the dining room table, to which April says, this is bad. She then tells Donnie, help me cut the clothes away and clear all the blood. He replies, I don't know where to start. She tells him, snap out of it. We need to find which wounds are the most dangerous. Focus. Casey then asks, who the hell ambushed you? Raph says, foot bastards. Mikey then elaborates saying, large strike team, jumped us when we came out of the sewers. Master Splinter then just barely says, Leonardo. Mikey then just grabs Splinter's hand, telling him, rear guard, sensei, making sure we all got clear. At this point, a suited up Casey Jones says, screw that. Come on, Raph. Let's make sure Leo got clear. Raph responds, damn straight. It's body count time. Every foot in the city is about to find out how big of a mistake they just.
Oh, shit. You heard what he said? It's body count time. Raph wasn't going out to fight. He was going out to kill.
Made tonight. But Leo then comes in saying, stand down, Raphael. We're good for now. I turn the last of them back to the subway. Looks like they might be running towards the east side. The docks, maybe. Casey then asks, what about the truce? Thought we got past this with them. He replies, honestly, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. April then jumps in saying, that's what you get when you make deals with the devil. Leo then asks, how's father? She tells him he's lost.
Now that is a fire t-shirt. That would be a fire t-shirt. Have Raph on there all bloodied up, mad, angry, body count time on the top of that joint. I think that's what's going to be the merchandise for this channel.
Lost so much blood. We're doing the best we can, but without a real doctor, I don't know if we can save them. And as the Turtles are talking, Splinter tells Mikey, this war, just a matter of time. Oroku against Hamato, always. Karai trying to end us once and for all. Mikey with tears falling down his face, holding his father's hand, says, just shh. We got you, sensei. It's okay. At which point Casey asks, where's Raph? Leo just looks down, standing next to an open door, saying, damn it. After this, we are taken back to the present where we see April get out of bed, and that she's not only.
See? Where's Raph? Look down. Damn it. Raph then took the fuck off. Look, like I said, always, Raph is always the first nigga out the door for a rumble. Just like I was. Except I ain't getting my ass whooped. Just like I was. That's why I related to he said, I got the yellow turtle. Everybody keep talking about this yellow turtle. Man, said, JD, what's up? But like I said, Raph is always the first. That's why I relate to Raph the most, because he always down for a rumble. First nigga out the door. Throw your shit up. He said, body count time. That's a fire ass t-shirt, bro. A fire t-shirt. Black Raph all bloodied up like they just showed him. Angry and shit, and him saying body count time. Raph was not playing. He ain't even show him leaving. He got out that door so quick.
Only missing one of her arms, she's also missing a leg. She then proceeds to put on her cybernetic arm, but sees that her cybernetic leg is across the room, to which she says, damn, before sighing, then pausing, saying, Casey, a little help here? While looking at Casey Jones' old mask and hockey sticks. Now, obviously, the Casey she's calling is her daughter, who was introduced to us in the first issue, but her husband's old hockey sticks and mask are staring at her like a punch in the gut, as their daughter is named Casey after him. Meanwhile, Mikey has awoken after April bandaged him up at the end of the last issue. Anyway, he's sitting at a table talking to the ghosts of his brothers. One of them then says to him, "This whole April still being alive thing is nuts, right?" Leo then interjects saying, "Yeah, hard to believe anyone survived that." Raph then speaks up saying, "Talk about miracles, right, Mike?" Mikey replies, yeah, right. Last thing I remember was the explosion. I was out of it pretty bad when I finally came to, but I couldn't remember anything for days. The Ghost Turtles then start to argue, as they do, with Mikey eventually getting fed up, calling Raph out saying, "You stupid, pathetic fool. You always make our entire life all about you. I fought
Told you.
every battle you have, even the idiotic ones you started, and you still want to judge me? You knew what my mission was in the tower. A one-way ticket from the start. For our father, for our family, for honor." And as the camera pulls out, we see Mikey is talking to no one, because again, his brothers are dead. Mikey then goes back to the stove and says, "Look, I should be dead. That fall should have killed me, but it didn't. I'm still here, still alive, to fight. I lost the battle, but the war goes on. We've all had so much stolen from us. No more." As he toasts to the ghost of his brother, saying, "I will finish what we started, what Master Splinter raised us to do. The last Oroku must die." The comic then takes us once again back to
Damn, he on some shit. Mikey ain't even on no. They want to capture him. They want to put him in prison. That nigga got to go. Mikey on some shit. Yeah, I rock the shit out of that t-shirt too. Mikey on some shit. There ain't no capturing him. Ain't no putting him in jail. He got to go. The last Oroku. That means he wants to eliminate the bloodline. No more Foot Clan. No more Ninja Varnish.
that flashback from earlier where the turtles were attacked and Master Splinter was dying. The flashback follows Raph's scene where he ran off to. And might I just add, this design for Raph looks awesome. I love the tactical gear he's wearing. Anyway, we see
this one right here. Body count time with Raph jumping off the building like that. Ew. Hold on. Hey, Quas, screenshot that real quick. Let me take me out of it. Let me take the banner off real quick. Hey, Quas, screenshot that. Definitely screenshot that. I need that. That's going to be a t-shirt. Body count time. I'm going to have Jaded design it. Body count time. Fire.
To. And might I just add, this design for Raph looks awesome. I love the tactical gear he's wearing. Anyway, we see him ultimately make his way down to the subway through tunnels where he finds Karai and the Foot Clan. We see she's telling the Foot Clan, I gave you one simple command, kill the mutants. And now you have the gall to return here and nurse your own
the next frame
wallow in your failure. This will all to return. You see she's ultimately make his way down to the subway through tunnels.
Oh, this one. Yeah, at the top.
Looks awesome. I love the tactical gear he's wearing. Anyway,
this one right here. Body count time. He's saying blood right there. And then body count time right over top of that. That is there. Yeah, Jaded, you right. Jaded, you know what to do with those. I'm going to have you make the design, give you a cut of that too when we start selling them. I got to rent that t-shirt maker. Yeah, I can't wait for the game too. I heard about that. I heard about the last Ronin game. You say you're gonna fuck with it? Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. We're gonna do something with this channel. I think this is gonna be my big channel. I think this is gonna pass Rim. Yo, did you see my new channel name? Archduke Rimeth the Third. Archduke Rimeth the Third. That's a good name.
We see him ultimately make his way down to the subway through tunnels where he finds Karai and the Foot Clan. We see she's telling the Foot Clan, I gave you one simple command, kill the mutants. And now you have the gall to return here and nurse your own pathetic wounds and wallow in your failure. This will not stand. We must finish what we started. The truce between the Foot.
Oh, they got Bull missing the arm. They fucked him up. Bull right here. Bull right here. They fucked him up. He's spitting up blood. Nah, the bull spitting up blood with an arm missing. This dude got stabbed in his ribs. They fucked these niggas up. They, they fucked these niggas up.
The Hamato clans have been broken. Blood has been spilled, and there is no turning back now. But in the crowd, we see someone is taking out foot members with blood flying everywhere. And of course, that someone is Raphael, tearing through them with his sides,
Whoa.
impaling and slashing foot members left and right. At which
That's crazy because, like I said, the side is a defensive weapon. It's not meant for offense. It's meant for defense. So Raph is on some shit.
point, Karai says, and so our failure finds us. So be it. Destroy
she
the
looks like
beast.
Electric,
Raphael
don't
then
she?
says, bring it. You send these foot members to do your dirty work. You already made that mistake once tonight. You ambushed my
Body
family,
count
killed my
down.
father. Only one way this ends. So stop hiding behind these scrubs and we'll finish this once and for all, as he continues to wreck foot members, but is also getting impaled with arrows and all sorts of weapons. Karai then jumps in, starting to fight with him, saying,
Oh, that might be the best. Whoa, this might be a better one right here. Body count time. Woo, take me out of there. Oh my God. I might just take myself out here for the rest of the joint so y'all can see the whole thing. This joint is fire. This joint right here. Oh man, body count time. Yeah, look, he's stabbing one bull through the back of his neck while he kicking the other bull in the ribs and the nuts. It look like he kicking the bull in his nuts and stabbing the bull in his neck, and that one gonna be, yeah. No, this one the best one. You ambushed my family. You killed my father. Body count time on the top of that joint. Oh, we gonna have a bunch of those joints. Oh, that's fire. That is fire. Whoever did the design for this, top notch.
behind these scrubs and we'll finish this once and for all, as he continues to wreck foot members, but is also getting impaled with arrows and all sorts of weapons. Karai then jumps in, starting to fight with him, saying, yes, we will. The two then start engaging in an epic battle, one which ultimately leads to them falling into the river. At which point she gets the upper hand and shoves a blade through Raphael's neck, killing him as he sinks to the bottom of the river. Yeah, pretty brutal. Raphael dies by taking a blade to the throat. We all know that all the turtles die but Mikey, but man, even knowing this was coming, that was brutal and beautifully laid out and paced. But I guess that's what happens when you have the creators of the turtles working on a turtle.
Rest in peace to Rev, man. Come on, blood. Why you had to go out there, blood?
Book. But let's continue. The comic then brings us back to the present, where April has joined Mikey for some tea, while saying, you should be back in bed. What the heck is wrong with you? You need to be resting. Michelangelo answers saying, couldn't sleep. I made some tea. Hope that's okay. She tells him, of course, this was your kitchen way before I moved in. And sorry, I just got worried when I didn't find you in bed. The tea is from when you lived here. Hope it's still good. Mikey answers, honestly, it's the best cup of tea I've had in a long time. After
everything. Man, I miss my dog. Damn, man. Damn, right.
this, Michelangelo nonchalantly asks April about her cybernetic arm, and she says, got one just like it for her leg. Souvenirs from the last we saw each other. The two then continue to catch up with one another, saying how happy they are to see each other, and how all this time Mikey thought she was dead. And then she tells him, yeah, we have some serious catching up to do. Then while making both of them eggs, April says, where on the street is, you really rattled Hiroto's cage. He responds, maybe, but rattled cages wasn't the plan. April then says, I'm sure it wasn't. You know you're lucky to be alive. Mikey tells her, yeah, I'm still trying to process it all. That fall would have killed me when I was younger. April responds saying, well, I'm no Donatello, but it doesn't take a genius to see your mutation has progressed over the years. You're bigger, stronger, and you're healing amazingly fast. So
his mutation progressed. I was ready to say Mike got big as shit. Anybody else know that? And he said that fall from the building should have killed me, but it didn't. So I guess their mutation progresses as they get older. But the other ones, because this is a decade later. So the other ones, they didn't get to mutate more. Oh wow, that's a great plot twist. Definitely said make sure you're hitting that like button and support the new channel, because all the proceeds is going towards renting this new t-shirt maker. So we can get some products on this one. On this channel. So get the Cash App or PayPal, because all the proceeds is definitely going towards the that t-shirt maker. You can rent it for like $40 a month. I saw a website you can rent them joints for like $40 a month. So if anybody wants to support that, so we can really get these t-shirts out. I ain't bullshitting on this one. I'm really excited about this channel. I think this I know this is going to surpass the other channel.
Let's pause for a second right here because I noticed that before April even said it. Like Michelangelo is jacked in this comic. He used to be the smallest turtle, but now he's freaking huge. But this
that's why I thought it was Raph in the beginning. I'm like, that gotta be Donnie or Leo or Raph. But it's Mikey. Mikey got big as shit. He grew taller. He was the smallest turtle. He was the smallest out of all of them. Nigga big as shit.
explains it. His mutation has progressed over the years, making him bigger, stronger, and able to heal a lot faster, which is awesome. It also makes me wonder how huge and strong Raphael would have been if he survived.
Exactly.
Anyway, after this, April says, hold on a second.
Whoa,
Casey,
wow.
breakfast. At which point, Mikey throws his tea in the air saying, wait, what? Casey is still alive? And then on the next page, we see April say, Michelangelo, I'd like you to meet my daughter. Casey then puts her hand out to shake Michelangelo's hand, saying, we kind of already met. You were a lot less conscious and a lot more bloody at the time. She then sits down saying, this is so weird. I've been hearing about you turtles all my life, but I never thought I'd get to meet one of you in real life. I obviously got that wrong. The comic then takes us to Oroto's tower where he's sparring foot members. But when he's done, he tells his newly appointed captain, you find that turtle and you bring him to me. If you don't, the price for failing me will be the same as your predecessor. As we see crows eating the eyes out of the skull of the previous captain. The comic then takes us back to Mikey, April, and Casey, where Mikey says, I almost forgot what a real meal tastes like. Thanks, April.
That nigga brutal. He way more brutal than his grandpa.
As your predecessor. As we see crows.
Yeah, boy is way more brutal than his grandpa. Yo, I'm pointing the wrong way. He is way more brutal than his grandfather. His grandfather ain't do no shit like that. Why would you even want to work for somebody like that? I never got that. Like when you see in mafia movies and like the gangster movies, you see the dude taking out his. In real life, a leader couldn't be like that. Somebody would have been took his ass out. There's no way people are just working for a nigga that's just offing their subordinates just left and right so easily without somebody trying to stage a coup. But this nigga is so fucking brutal that he got niggas scared. Look, he got fucking crows picking out the eyeballs and the skin of the bull's skull. Oh yeah, ain't nobody gonna contest that. Ain't no coup going around there. Ain't no coup going on over there.
Eating the eyes out of the skull of the previous captain. The comic then takes us back to Mikey, April, and Casey, where Mikey says, I almost forgot what a real meal tastes like. Thanks, April. She says, you're welcome. We do okay, all things considered. Casey then jumps in saying, don't expect anything fancy in Rock Bottom, though. Mikey asks, Rock Bottom? April says, it's just a nickname. New York split up into 3 districts, top, middle, and bottom. Rock Bottom's the old street level, our people. Casey tells him Rock Bottom is the battlefield, and the rest of us underground, we're the resistance. April then interrupts saying, which we'll tell him more about later. He needs to get rest. Maybe you can grab him some clean linen. As Casey takes Mikey to get some new linen, she shows him the training room saying, blows my mind to be standing here with you. I've heard so many stories and my mom showed me some old photos. You guys were practically like storybook heroes to me. I even tried to learn as much martial arts as I could on my own mostly. Spent a lot of time watching old training videos and lots of reading. The Ninja Warrior part, that always gets me pumped. Mikey then says, I'm not sure if pumped is the goal. She says, well, I know some of the history too, as she unveils all of Mikey's and his brother's old weapons and bandanas. He then picks one of them up saying, these are very personal to me. Thank you. After some back and forth, Casey says, can I ask you a question? Where have you been all this time? At which point, Mikey reveals how he became the last Ronin. He tells her after all that bad stuff that happened, it was too much to handle. So he just started walking, as we get a flashback drawn by none other than Kevin Eastman himself, co-creator of the Ninja Turtles. Mikey goes on to say, I just started walking into the mountains. A kid straight from the...
And you can see the old style in his drawings too. You can see the original style of drawing in it. You can tell it was him.
Sewer of Lower Manhattan straight into the wild. Bad idea. I've seen photos of snow-covered mountains, but never set foot on one. And being cold-blooded, I didn't have a chance. So I found a place to meet my end. Days, weeks, maybe longer. I don't know how long I laid there, but my mutant body would not die. I started to hear voices telling me that my destiny was incomplete, that I couldn't leave yet. Eventually, it got warmer, and the mountains provided sustenance and solitude. A time to look deep in my soul for answers. I read and reread Father's book, looking for some kind of balance, maybe even a final piece. I spent years alone thinking this was where I was supposed to be, like a stupid reward or deserved punishment or something. But that's not the way of the world. The real world found me again, and I almost let it take me. As we see people with weapons find Mikey and say, "Monster, freak, kill it." Mikey continues to say, "I welcome the pain at first. At least I felt something after all that time. Then I saw the looks of their faces, laughing, taking the life just to take a life. For fun, no honor. That's when I got mad. Really mad. We were raised with respect and honor, trained from birth for redemption for our family."
That's when he lost it. Up in those mountains. That's where Mikey lost it. Cause look at him. Them niggas is they not knocked out. They dead. He said, "I got mad. Really mad." You know what that really mad means? That's when he lost it.
That was my destiny on the battlefield, to the end. Father's book was the path to learn and master all forms of martial arts, to adapt to every challenge, every form of combat. I was the last of my clan, masterless, Ronin, and it was up to me to restore our family's honor. My training reached its end. There would be no peace until I fulfilled my destiny. It was time to come back home to face it. As we're brought back to the present with Mikey telling Casey to complete my master's mission, kill the last Oroku. Casey then says, the last page of the book, it says no peace. What does that mean? He tells her it means I still have work to do.
That's a t-shirt too. That's a t-shirt too. That's a t-shirt too. Right here. That's when I got mad. Really
Fun, no honor.
This one right here. That's a t-shirt too. That's when I got mad. Really mad. You got all the motherfuckers like this. He got the bull. He beat the bull up so bad. Look at the bull right here. He beat him up so bad that he got him doing the dirt. Hey, Quaz, he beat the bull up so bad, he got him doing the dirt. Damn. He said, God damn. That's a next level mad.
That's when I got mad. Really mad. We were raised with respect and honor, trained from birth for redemption for our family. That was my destiny on the battlefield, to the end. Father's book was the path to learn and master all forms of martial arts, to adapt.
So now I get the headband. It's not signifying a dark character. It's all of the colors blended into one. If you mix all the colors into one, it is black. Black is all colors mixed into one. So that signifies him learning all the form, because he taught all of them. He never taught each turtle the same lessons. He gave them all different forms of martial arts. So Mikey went and learned all of the forms of martial arts that was taught to his brothers. So it blends them all into one. Thus, you get the black headband. I'm assuming. That makes a lot of sense, don't it?
Adapt to every challenge, every form of combat. I was the last of my clan, masterless, Ronin, and it was up to me to restore our family's honor. My training reached its end. There would be no peace until I fulfilled my destiny. It was time to come back home to face it. As we're brought back to the present with Mikey telling Casey to complete my master's mission, kill the last Oroku. Casey then says, the last page of the book, it says no peace. What does that mean? He tells her it means I still have work to do. She then says, good, because my crew is going to help you. He says,
said no peace. Ain't no, there'll be no white flags and no peace talks. Y'all niggas get sparked when y'all niggas get chalked when I let the heat spark. What Rico say? The concrete say? Ain't gonna be no white flags and no peace talks. Y'all niggas get chalked when I let the heat spark. He said no peace. Ain't no justice, no peace, none of that. Everybody has to go.
No, I appreciate the offer, but I won't be responsible for anyone else getting killed because of me.
What does no peace mean? It's up from here. From here on, it's up. Every time I see him, ain't nobody walking out alive.
She responds, too bad, because I wasn't asking. You wouldn't even be standing here if it wasn't for us. Mikey then starts laughing and she says, what's so funny? He then tells her, just trying to decide if you're more like your dad or your mom. Then on the next page, we see April go to a safe and pull out the head of Fujitoid who was an old ally to the Turtles. But with that cliffhanger, the issue ends. Issue 3 starts off in the past with Shredder's grandson, Oroku Horodo, being promoted by his clan to be the master of the Foot Clan and take the throne that is rightfully his, as his mother has fallen and Shredder, his grandfather, has long been gone. After which Oroku says, General Oyama, I am prepared to issue my first command as your new liege.
Okay.
The general replies, and we are prepared to obey, Master.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. If you blend them all into one, if you blend all the colors into one, it makes a master, meaning all forms of martial arts. So yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Blue is sky, purple is royalty, orange is sun, red is danger, and black is master. I forgot Jaded was secretly a Ninja Turtle. I forgot Jaded was secretly a Ninja Turtle. Yo, this feels good doing something else. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this feels really good doing something other than what I've been doing.
Master Horoku. Horoku then tells him, send a formal invitation of parley to the Hamada clan leadership, to those here in Japan, and Master Splinter in New York City. This war has gone on far too long. The time has come to speak of peace as he sheaves his sword. Meanwhile, in the present, we see that Horodo is broadcasting himself to all of New York City saying, my people, my city, for nearly 2 decades, I have kept you safe, protected, allow you to prosper at will, my will. I alone decide your fate. So hear me now. Hear what I have to say. There's a monster in our midst. This creature, this assassin, cowardly attacked the sacred ground with one terroristic mission in mind, to tear down all that I have built and kill me. This treasonous affront is unacceptable, unforgivable. Any crime against me is punishable by death. No stone will be left unturned until this beast is captured, and I will personally execute final justice. Tonight, until further notice, the entire city will be under martial law. Obey my soldiers, return to your homes, await my orders, and know this. Anyone foolish enough to harbor this terrorist insurgent will not suffer its fate. No, yours will be far worse. Your master has spoken, which of course Casey Marie's crew hears saying, man, this just...
You forgot I did karate from age 5 to 10? Then I moved to wrestling. Then jiu-jitsu.
got real bad real fast. We need to tell Jones ASAP. Meanwhile, back in the sewer, we see Mikey sitting on his bed reading a book while the ghost spirits of his brothers continue to have a conversation around him saying how impressive Casey Marie is. If you forgot or don't know, Casey Marie is the daughter of April O'Neil and Casey Jones. As Mikey's brothers Donnie, Leo, and Raph continue to talk about Casey, Mikey eventually gets fed up saying something to the effect of,
I don't know.
drop it. And wouldn't you know it, Casey comes walking.
That's what I was trying to figure out. When Shredder get him some Gucci? All I know is he was worried about them. He said, fuck that. I got to get me some Gucci. We'll worry about them turtles later.
In at the same time saying, whoa, easy. I was just wondering if this was some kind of ninja thing. I should know about talking to yourself in the dark. He tells her, no, it's not. And it takes way more than sneaking up on somebody to make you one. She goes, sorry, wasn't trying to be sneaky. The door was open and you seemed, never mind, sorry. Casey continues to say, anyway, mom wants to see you. I'm headed topside to check in with my crew. Mikey tells her, I don't think that's a good idea, Casey. She then laughs, telling him, you're the funny one, right? I wasn't asking for permission. Mikey is all like, that's not what I was. I just watch your back up there. She replies, sure, good plan. And I'll keep working on my ninja skills while I'm at it, which obviously frustrates him saying, kid thinks she knows everything. Anyway, Mikey then goes looking for April. And when he finds her, he said, Casey said you wanted to see me. But as he walks inside of her lab, he is greeted by the head of Fugitoid. If you don't know who Fugitoid is, he's a robotic ally and friend to the Ninja Turtles. And Mikey is shocked that she somehow still has his head, with him even saying, holy crap, you gotta stop doing this to me. She tells him, I'm sorry. I was hoping to ease you back into everything, but things are about to get crazy around here. Mikey then says, about to? I think it's time we get busy with all that catching up you're talking about, April, to which she agrees. The comic then jumps to some point in the past where we see Fugitoid help Splinter, Donnie, Leo, and Mikey get ready for their next mission. There's no Raph because remember he died fighting Karai last issue, trying to get revenge for the Foot Clan's ambush and attack on Master Splinter. But as we saw at the beginning of the issue, Horodo is calling for another truce between the two clans. So Splinter and Donnie are headed to Japan to see what it's all about and engage in some peace talks. But Leo and Mikey are like, we don't trust him. We don't think his parlay is legit, especially after the almost fatal attack on Master Splinter. But Splinter just tells his boys, our two clans, the Oroku and Horodo, have been fighting forever and lost so much in this war. So perhaps the young master tires of all the senseless bloodshed as well. Maybe the time has come at last to finally close the book on the feud. With that, Splinter and Donnie go to Japan, while Leo, Mikey...
That was just stupid. He just attacked you and took out your brother. Now you want to talk about a peace talk? Oh, hell no. I wouldn't have... Nah. I wouldn't listen to Splinter on that one. Oh, no. They just took off Raph. If he wanted peace, they would have never took out Raph, even though Raph went head on by itself. Ain't no peace talk after that. Yeah, you damn that. Bombs over Baghdad.
April, Casey Jones and crew keep watch over New York City. And once they start attacking the Turtles' crew, all hell breaks out, with Turtle allies sounding the alarm from the sewer defenses as foot ninjas come at them from all angles. Leo then tells his team, listen up, lock down all the outer doors and take your positions. I want every access point covered. But as Casey, Mikey, April, and Fugitoid prepare to get to their positions, foot soldiers use an explosion to blast through the sewer walls, coming in after them. At this point, Mikey tells Casey, yeah, I told you guys Foot Clan are nothing but liars. Casey says, I hear you, Mike, but first things first, bro, get my wife and Honeycut to safety. If you didn't know, they call Fugitoid Honeycut. As more foot soldiers come pouring into the sewer, Honeycut says, this is Stockman's doing. He found a way to track me. At which point we see robotic foot soldiers bursting through the brick walls, with Leo saying, what the hell are those things? They can't be human. Casey tells him, let's find out. This leads to an epic battle with Leo, Casey, and Mikey tearing through the robotic foot soldiers. But elsewhere, Stockman is becoming infuriated.
I'm not gonna lie, Casey mask is fire. I'm not gonna lie, Casey mask is the truth.
Battle with Leo, Casey, and Mikey tearing through the robotic foot
That
soldiers.
look like the Jason
But elsewhere,
X
Stockman
man.
is becoming infuriated, saying imbeciles, sending in a crap ton of mousers, like all of them. So much so that Leo and Casey tell Mikey, Honeycut, and April that they'll follow behind them as soon as they're done, saying, Mikey, we got this. Get to safety. As Leo and Casey start going ham on some robots, Honeycut says, I know it's me you've come for, Stockman. I'll self-destruct before I let you hurt my friends or imprison me again. You shall not pass. Stockman replies, very well. If I can't have you, nobody will. As he detonates the self-destruct button on all the countless mousers, blowing up the entire building and killing Casey Jones and Leonardo in the process. So isn't that crazy? Stockman.
Wow. Stockman killed them. Doofus McGoofus. Didn't even let him get out the building. Doofus McGoofus. He blew him, the robot, Donnie, and Casey up. Trying not to go, but just like a nigga. You never take me alive. Just like a nigga. He said, fuck that. I ain't not, Click. Y'all got the game fucked up. He not put me back in jail. Click. I'm not going back to jail. Yeah, that's a black man for you. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. Oh, wait. No, I did.
In the end is the one to kill Leonardo and Casey Jones. After this, we are brought back to present, where we see that Casey Marie has finally made her way above ground, where she meets up with her crew and learns that Hiroto has set martial law in place until Michelangelo is found and brought to him. At which point she's like, crap, I gotta hurry to tell Mom and Mikey what's happening. Meanwhile, back in the sewer, April is taking blood samples from...
I know Casey a cartoon, but Casey got a fatty. She of age, right? Under 10 years. Yeah. Casey got a fatty.
From Mikey, as she says she needs to see what his advanced mutation is doing to his body. Mikey then asks while looking at Honeycut's head, so how badly damaged is he? Is Honeycut still in there? April answers, I don't know. I think so. I hope so. It's just, I'm pretty sure
When the fuck did April become a scientist? He said he got the Tyler Perry Stockman. But when did April become a scientist?
Stockman found us last time by hacking the security firewalls Fugitoid had developed to keep us hidden during the war. Reactivating him now would be like blasting another come kill us signal to the bad guys. Well, come kill the rest of us at least. After this, April tells Mikey how she ended up there after the explosion that killed Leo and Casey Jones. She goes on to say, after the smoke cleared, a rescue team pulled me out of the rubble and got me to a hospital. As April goes on to explain to us her story, we see an entire page that's drawn by Kevin Eastman himself, co-creator of the Ninja Turtles. Anyway, April goes on to say, I woke up in the hospital about a week later, only to find out I lost my husband, my friends, my home, my arm, my leg, and oh yeah, surprise, I was pregnant. I ended up staying in the hospital for a long time. Lots of physical and mental therapy. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with her. Meanwhile, Hiroto and the Foot were taking control of New York. When they finally discharged me, I had a shiny new arm and leg and a shiny new baby to go along with them. Things were getting really bad in the city, so I moved us down to the lair. More like hit us, but it was okay. Back in the present, April tells Mikey some of Leo and Casey's strike team who weren't killed in the battle recovered Fugitoid's head. April then says, you know, Casey Marie told me about the training you did in Asia and Europe, but she didn't tell me how you got all the way over there. Mikey then says, in a fog mostly, last thing I remember clearly was trying to get you and Fugitoid to safety. Except the damn explosion knocked me half across the neighborhood and all the way unconscious. Don't have any clue how long I was out. We then get another flashback that is drawn yet again by Kevin Eastman. Mikey,
I was going to say, well, how did he master all the martial arts? That explains it. That takes that hole out of that story. He went over to Asia and Europe to go train and came back. That's what's up.
Goes on to say, by the time I came to, the store was gone, and I figured everyone with it. I just didn't think there was any way anyone could have survived. Not that I was thinking clearly about anything. It was all kind of a haze for a while. All I know is I found my way down to the sewer somehow, then to the lair. I tried calling.
Yeah, we watching the origins of Hassan Campbell. the last Zulu. We watching the origins of Hassan Campbell, the last Zulu.
Calling Donnie to warn him and father, but nothing. I was confused and desperate. All I could think was I had to save them. So I grabbed some things from the lair, like weapons and other stuff, and stowed away on a plane to Japan as fast as I could. I was hoping I could reach them in time. I just didn't know what else to do. Then we're brought back to the present where April puts her arm on Mikey's shoulder saying, I know what you're thinking, but it's not your fault, Mikey. None of it is. The counselors I work with called it survivor's guilt. I had plenty of it after the explosion. At this point, April tells Mikey, I think I know how to beat Hiroto. And a voice across the room says, then you need to show us right now, Mom, because all hell is breaking loose in Rock Bottom, as we see Casey Marie and her crew. Elsewhere, Hiroto is talking to himself on the side of a building, basically saying, it's my job to end the turtles. Grandfather, Shredder, you see me now, don't you? I am all you aspire to be and more. Your heir, your better, flesh of your flesh, blood of your blood, left behind to find my own way, my own path. And from your
he more eviler than he is too. Yeah, Shredder ain't got shit on his grandson. I'll tell you that. Evil breeds worse evil. That's the one thing I learned. Evil breeds worse evil. And he's a prime example of that. But y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button. I see people going in and out. Make sure y'all hit that like button and support the channel because we trying to get this rent this t-shirt maker so we can start making t-shirts and merchandise for this channel. So hit the Cash App or PayPal at the top of the chat. All the information is going along the bottom of the screen too. All the proceeds is going straight towards that t-shirt maker. You can rent it for $40 a month. I just need y'all to help me with the first and then help me get it, and then I'll do the rest.
failure, I will rise. As he trips off the building, free falling to the ground, but is caught by one of his robots saying, I am God, immortal. My angels will not allow me to die. Back at the sewer, April tells Michelangelo, Casey, and her crew her plan, which is to go to Baxter Stockman's own headquarters to attack him and shut him down before they could take out Hiroto. And their only shot at that is to try to activate Honeycutt during the attack, and if he wakes up, maybe he'll help them knock out Baxter's tech. Mikey's all like, yeah, bad plan, not down with that. But April says, just humor me, okay? He says, fine, but I won't change my mind. She then tells Mikey, I've been preparing for a long time, Mikey, getting ready for the one last fight for our freedom I knew was eventually coming, waiting for the right moment when we could strike most effectively. I've been planning and I've been building. As Mikey just looks at a massive turtle tank saying, yeah, what is it? She says, just a little something to help us even the odds. Okay.
Oh, that's fire. The turtle battle, they upgraded the turtle battle tank like Batman.
The turtle tank saying, yeah, what is it? She says, just a little something.
Yo, speaking of that, did y'all see the Ninja Turtles versus Batman, John? Shredder was giving it to Batman at first. I ain't even gonna lie, when he hit him with that gut punch that vibrated through his body, Shredder was giving it to him. But April went from a scientist to a goddamn fucking war strategist. That's what I'm talking about. This story is good. Quaz, I'm glad you pointed this one out. Because I totally forgot about that.
Something to help us even the odds. Okay, so that wraps up issue 3, so we're on to number 4. The issue starts off now in present time with Michelangelo and Casey Marie at war with their army storming Baxter Stockman's island. Michelangelo then tells Casey, I'm gonna find another way in. lay down suppression fire, and wait for my signal, and drop smoke. Lots of smoke. Casey then says, but we, to which Michelangelo interrupts saying, now Casey. She just replies, yes, sensei. On the next page, we continue to see Michelangelo battle Baxter Stockman's robots as Casey and her men focus their gunfire on the two gun towers. While inside the facility, Baxter Stockman, who now looks like a cross between the Mummy and Cyborg, says, intruders, let me guess, imbecilic thugs looking.
Oh shit, they rebuilt him. They rebuilt Baxter Stockman and must have programmed him so you blew yourself up for nothing. You took Mikey and Casey out for nothing. That's basically what he did. He basically took Mikey, he killed Mikey and Casey for no reason. Because they rebuilt his ass and put him back to work. You did all that. Fuck the whole team up.
For junked upon. Eliminate them now, as his robots start doing his command. But come on, this is Michelangelo, now the last Ronin. He ain't gonna be taken down by Stockman's tech. Nope, he uses Leonardo's sword and Raphael's side to tear Stockman's robots apart. But as he's starting to get overwhelmed, Casey shows up, saving him. But Mikey says, I thought I told you to stay.
Look, Casey thick.
Robots apart. But as he's starting to get.
I know it's a cartoon, but Casey thick.
Overwhelmed, Casey shows up, saving him. But Mikey says, I thought I told you to stay put. She
Yeah,
responds,
yo,
you did,
Casey,
I didn't. He
nothing.
then tells her, terrible discipline, excellent initiative. Don't do it again. Understood? She replies, yes, sensei, I'm learning. The comic then takes us to then, sometime before they started their assault on Stockman's Island, as we see Mikey looking at Casey training on a punching bag all by herself, while the ghost of Leonardo says her technique is decent, but she's developed some bad habits. Be interesting to see what she could do with 10 years of real training. The ghost of Raphael then says, except we don't have 10 years. The ghost of Donatello then says, I wonder why she cut her hair. At which point Mikey speaks up saying, I don't know about her hair, Don, but if she's gonna be fighting regardless, it's time to find out what she's willing to learn. Mikey then sneaks up on Casey saying, well, besides getting your cardio in, that was just about useless. She then says, whoa, I didn't hear you come in. He tells her, sneaky ninja, remember? You ever fight anyone skilled with that garbage? She then tells him, hey, I've got skills. He says, okay, show me. Hit me as hard as you can. Now. She hesitates, to which he says, figures, nothing but a child pretending to be a warrior. This obviously pisses her off, at which point she attacks him, but misses. This all leads to a sparring match between the two of them, with Mikey easily deflecting all of her attacks, while simultaneously making fun of the way she fights, saying stuff like, your legs are weak and slow, but not as slow as your fists. He ultimately grabs her arm and slams her against the brick wall until she says, okay, I give. But he tells her, that's not the point, to give up. Even the greatest of warriors can't punch their way out of every confrontation. Sometimes it pays to be subtle, fluid, elusive, avoiding strikes rather than delivering them. Let your enemy wear themselves out. That way, you can remain in control. He then tells her, look, I don't know you and you don't know me, but you're practically family and you need a teacher. You have skills, but a lot to learn. Too much to learn, and I might be willing to teach you, but it's my way or the highway. No back talk, no attitude.
Let me find out Mikey about to hit that.
I tell you what to do and you do it. Got it? Casey then says, like, seriously? No bull? You'll teach me like a real teacher? He tells her, it's sensei. At which point she says, right, a sensei. While giving him a big hug, he tells her, okay, right, good. Well, we start first thing in the morning.
Mikey
After Casey leaves, April sneaks up on Mikey saying, well, I think Splinter would be very proud of you, sensei. Mikey asks, April, how long were you watching? She responds, long enough. Mikey then says, I'm sorry, I hope I didn't overstep my bounds. She's a good kid, and I don't want her to get, I want to help somehow. April tells them, time is always short. Life is short. What you just did is more than I could have hoped for. Splinter was there for all of his sons, all of us, everyone he thought of as family, until the very end. Casey Marie's only had me, and I could only do so much. She's tough, has her dad's courage, my brains, but she needs something more, a place to direct her skills, soothe her anger. Thank you. And speaking of,
we find out Mikey about to clap them yeeks.
Splinter, you never finished telling me what
Find out Mike about to take that shell off.
happened in Japan. Mikey, I need to know. He then tells her, I know, I'm sorry, it still hurts so much. Everything does, but your family, you should know. Mikey then picks up the story he started in issue 3, where he began to tell April how he stowed away on a plane to warn Splinter and Donnie that the parlay with the Hiroto clan was a farce, after they were all attacked in New York, leading to the deaths of Leonardo and Casey Jones. We then get a flashback scene drawn by the great Kevin Eastman himself, co-creator of the Ninja Turtles. And in it, Mikey says, I ditched the cargo hold and made my way out of the airport without being seen, and headed for the countryside to the Clan Hamato. When he finally makes his way there, he's greeted by Master Shinichiro of Clan Hamato. Shinichiro then tells Mikey, follow me, we will speak further inside. At this point, Mikey asks Shinichiro, Please, where are my father and my brother? But Master Shinichiro just remains silent, avoiding Mikey's eyes, before saying, there are people, creatures, teachers, warriors, heroes, and legends. Your father, Master Splinter, was all of these, telling Mikey that his father, Master Splinter, has died. The comic then takes us to before Splinter's death, when him and Donnie first arrived. Splinter, being back home, then takes in the air, saying, there's no place on Earth with air as sweet as this. I miss it very much. Shinichiro then tells Splinter, we miss having you here, and we will properly celebrate your return home, old friend. But first, we have peace talks to attend. The next morning, Splinter, Donnie, and the Amada clan make their way to the peace talks, where they see it's being held at a burial ground. So Splinter says, I hope Oroku Hiroto chose the location out of ignorance and not malice. Donnie then says, a resting place for the dead definitely wouldn't be my first choice. Shinichiro then speaks up, saying, agreed. But I stated our reconnaissance revealed no Foot Clan deception. The peace talks then start with Ambassador Hara of the Foot Clan saying, I'm at your service. Master Hiroto sends his warmest wishes and kindest regards. Splinter then says we assume the young master would be leading the delegation. Shinichiro then speaks up saying, yes, an incredible display of bad faith. The Foot Ambassador then says, oh no, not at all. Master Hiroto is overseeing the final preparations for the grand feast we will enjoy once we reach an agreement. I'm sure he's on his way here now for a greeting and completion of the ceremony. Long story short, Splinter says we'll wait for Hiroto. The ambassador says, please be reasonable. We were humble servants of our master. We only seek peace. Splinter then says, as do we. This war has lasted generations. A few more minutes will not matter. At which point Hiroto arrives on horseback saying, so the prodigal mutant returns. Welcome home, rat. Or should I say, pitiful deluded fool. How easy it was to get you here only for you to learn you've wasted your life and that of your disgusting mutant spawn on a thread of false hope. Tell me, Rodent, have you heard anything of your family in New York? As he laughs, because as we know, most of his family and sons were killed in New York already. At this point, Splinter obviously realizes they've been tricked and starts slicing off Foot Clan members' heads as well as their—
Look. Oh, that's a t-shirt too. That nigga, as soon as he said that shit, have you heard from your family? He pulled out the sticky blicky on him. Not the blicky, the sticky blicky. And start chopping off heads. That's what I'm talking about. Splinter, quit playing with him. Quit bullshit with yourself. What Snoop say to Yvette on Baby Boy? Quit bullshit with yourself when you smoking the weed on the couch. Nasty with it. 3 of them and one strike. Gangster.
Their ambassador's head. And he does this while saying to Hiroto, while you're still breathing, you will call me Master Splinter. Oroku then says, I call you Hellbound, where the rest of your revolting family awaits. Grand Warriors of the Foot Clan attack, and with this, an all-out battle ensues. A battle that ends with Splinter and Donnie's death by repeated hits from arrows. But before Splinter died, he was able to throw his sword into Oroku's shoulder. It didn't kill him, but it was the last attack Splinter would ever do. But there you have it, guys. That's how Donnie and Splinter died. They were ambushed during what was supposed to be a peace treaty between the two clans. We see that Master Shinichiro tells Mikey all of this after he arrived, and tells him he can stay here and live with the clan. But Mikey said seeing all the brave warriors surrounding him only reminded him of everything he lost. We are then brought back to the present where Mikey finishes telling April all of this, and he tells her, April, I'm the last of my kind, a Ronin. This is when I decided the feud must end. I would follow my father's journal, train and complete the mission we were intended to from birth. All Uroku must perish. April then tells him, you're here now, that's what counts. And the way Casey Marie has taken to you, it's so amazing to watch.
Oh, wow. So he said, I studied my master's book and his plan that he trained us from birth. So he trained them from birth to eliminate them niggas. It was never the defend the city type shit. He trained them from birth to eliminate them niggas. Oh, Splinter was on diabolical. Splinter was on some shit. Splinter wasn't playing. Oh, I ain't trained them to defend themselves. I trained them to eliminate the Foot Clan, not shut the organization down, completely wipe them out. Oh, this is a good story.
I never thought she'd be able to connect with someone the way she has with you. Mikey then tells April, you sure about that? Seems like our connection is by design. Your design. April then says, what are you saying? He tells her, when were you going to tell me about Casey's extra abilities, April? Why would you keep that away from me? April then says, I wasn't keeping it away. Not exactly. Mikey asks, you didn't inject her, did you? April then yells at him saying, hell no, you know me better than that. I would never do that to my child. I've done thousands of tests since she was born, looking for the origin. As far as I could tell, trace amounts of the mutagen DNA were passed on from her birth parents, who happened to have nearly lifelong exposure from the company they kept. Mikey then asks,
So Casey's a mutant too. Oh yeah. Mikey gonna hit that. How did they? I'm the last of my kind. Why they wouldn't put that in the story and then say you wouldn't tell me about the mutant ability that she got? Is that where them 3 new turtles came from? Oh shit! Let me find out. Mikey really did get them cheeks. Imagine giving birth to turtle shells. God damn that! Woo! I hope that ain't what it is.
wait, seriously, us? We contaminated all of you? April then says, you didn't know. We all didn't know. Look, she's basically normal in all aspects other than strength and speed, and her healing ability, all of which have increased with her age, which is why I wanted samples of your blood. Mikey then asks, does she know? April tells him, she's aware she's different, but I haven't told her everything. Not yet, at least, but soon. Until then, I need you to keep this between us, okay? Mikey tells her, yeah, sure, our secret. But how crazy is that? That's a huge revelation in this issue. Casey Marie, the daughter of April O'Neil and Casey Jones, has mutagen in her DNA due to prolonged exposure from her parents being around the Ninja Turtles. So she's somewhat superhuman with increased strength, speed, and a healing factor. So does that mean she's like a human Ninja Turtle? That's what I'm gonna think, because quite frankly, it's kind of funny. But seriously, this is a really cool revelation. After this, April takes Mikey to the kitchen where she says, let's get some caffeine in us. Plus, I have some friends coming over that I want you to meet. And we see those friends are part of her resistance. So Mikey, Casey, and April and the resistance all strategize on how to break into Baxter Stockman's island, which takes us back to where the comic started with Mikey and Casey and the rest of the resistance assaulting Stockman's island. Now we get lots of awesome fight scenes here for a few pages, but ultimately April comes to save the day in her tank, connecting Professor Honeycutt's head to Stockman's power supply to bring him back to life. At which point Stockman, all his mousers and robots try to stop April, Mikey, and the gang. Stockman eventually gets to April, but she just punches him, but he just retaliates, backhanding her to the ground, saying, damn woman, I nearly felt that. He then grabs Honeycutt, saying, I'll finish you all momentarily, but not until I secure, as he grabs Honeycutt.
He just looked like a fake ass cyborg from DC.
Honeycutt's head from the charger April put him on. Stockman then says, my prize, but Honeycutt says, you shall not pass. Stockman then replies, what did you say? And Honeycutt repeats, you shall not pass, while proceeding to electrocute Stockman, with Stockman saying, no, stop. But Honeycutt continues while saying, for my family, for my friends, for everything, ultimately disintegrating Baxter Stockman, all Dr. Manhattan style. At this point, April says, goodbye, Zayt and Honeycutt, thank you, while Casey Marie says, everything's powering down, and April tells her, Baxter's dead. The nanobite swarm, Honeycutt, is in control now. I'm getting word it's happening all over the compound and starting to affect the city too. As we see Oroku's robot policeman powering down. Then people in the city say, everything's shutting down, even the foot cops. We then see Oroku say, this is impossible. I have control over the power grid. And
that's crazy how April out there rumbling. She out there on the battlefield. Not just in the tank. She hopped out that joint, throwing hands. April usually stick on the sidelines and play the background scene. April said, nah, fuck that. They done took my turtles out. They done took Splinter out. My daughter a mutant. It's time to throw hands.
Stopgaps all over the system. Get Stockman on the line now. But as people tell him, we no longer have a communication link with his island, Master Hiroto. We've been blocked out of all systems. A virus of some kind. Everything is offline. Oroku then says, sound a full tactical alert. I want everyone and everything with a weapon in this tower now. And I want Stockman standing in front of me within an hour. Elsewhere, we see Mikey and April and Casey Marie make their way out of Stockman's island, with Casey saying, I think we won.
Only way you gonna get Stockman in front of you now is to have one of your foot soldiers go sweep that nigga up into a dustpan and put him in a trash bin. He fully disintegrated that man. Fully. Only way you can go get is grab a broom, a dustpan, and a mop, and a trash bag.
April says, the battle, not the war. And Mikey finally says, and not at a price I'm willing to pay anymore. And with that,
they got April getting into the mix.
Now, let's see what happens with Mikey in the climax of The Last Ronin. The issue starts off with Mikey back in the sewer talking to his 3 ghost brothers as they're suggesting to him what his next move should be on Hiroto. Leo tells Mike, Raph's right. You're wasting time, Mike. Why haven't you pressed the attack against Hiroto yet? You guys caught him completely off guard. You've got the advantage. Donatello says, well, I know why you're just sitting in this room. You're the sole survivor, the last of us. That's a heavy burden to bear. Painful too. Raphael then speaks up saying, seriously? That's why you're having second thoughts? Ha, I knew you weren't strong enough to handle this. Never were. Way to let us all down, Mike. Mikey then stands up and says, go to hell, Raph. I wish I could bring you back just so I could kill you myself. And I know damn well what I gotta do. Finish this. End this insanity. After all this time, coming back and finding April alive, Casey Marie and the rebels, seeing how they're fighting against the Foot and that bastard Hiroto, all their sacrifices, if I fail now, more of them are gonna die. Maybe all. As Mikey starts gearing up, the ghosts of his brothers keep talking in his ear. Eventually he says, I want you all to stop talking. Now, they tell him, right, you'd be lost without us. He says, no, I wouldn't. It's worse now than when you were alive, constantly telling me what to do. And what do I have to show for all your orders and knowledge? This is all that's left, as he holds up their weapons. Leo then says, that's low, Mike. We all did our part. Donatello says, yeah, and to us, it was everything. Raphael then says, stinking ungrateful jerk. Mikey then tells them, I know what you did. I live with it every damn day, and I've had enough. Leave me now, and never come back. As the ghosts of his brothers finally disappear, he then opens up Splinter's journal, writes something in it, and closes it before walking away. Elsewhere, we see Casey Marie try to wrangle the rebels on the surface as the city streets are in chaos due to the events of the last issue. If you don't know what those events are, it was covered in our issue 4 video right here. We are then taken to Hiroto, who's grabbing one of his soldiers, saying, what do you mean you still can't reach Stockman? The entire city will be trying to claw their way in here any minute. This displeases me greatly. As we know, Baxter Stockman was killed in the last issue, so there's going to be no way to reach him because he's dead. Hiroto then says, put all my soldiers on full tactical alert. Have to guard this level, have to crush those rebels. No mercy. This ends here and now. And bring me my armor. I'm going to hunt and kill a mutant. As we see Mikey, aka the last Ronin, has just arrived outside of Hiroto's tower. Meanwhile, we see Casey Marie running down to the sewer as she recently found out that the sewer is flooding due to the water pumps no longer being powered. She yells for her mom and Sensei Mikey, but only finds Splinter's journal on top of a table. She then thinks to herself, Sensei wouldn't just leave it lying around like this. What the hell's going on? She then picks up the journal and puts it in her backpack and starts running through the sewer. Her mom hears her and
that's why he wrote something on that in that journal. He put it down on a table for her to find. It sounded like he was giving her instructions.
Yells out to her. April then says, down here, the power system failure knocked out these water pumps. These are history. I've neglected them for too long. They've rusted shut. Help me up, kiddo. She does and asks, where's Sensei? April tells her, Mikey's not here, Casey. He left. I'm sorry. She says, and you just let him go? April responds, what? Hey, no. He didn't even say goodbye to me. I went to ask him to help with the pumps, and he was already gone. Casey then...
Wait, like, what was she supposed to do? Hold him? You got mutant powers, and you couldn't even do nothing with him. What the fuck was she supposed to do?
And says, damn it, as she punches a chunk out of a cement pillar. April then says, Casey Marie Jones, stop it, you'll hurt yourself. Casey answers, will I? Will I really, Mom? I know I'm different. I've known for a long time, just like them. A mutant. April then goes on to say, Casey, yes, it's true. Your dad's and my longtime exposure to mutagen, I think it infected us. Then when I was pregnant with you, your DNA was changed, mutated. Casey goes on to ask, when were you going to tell me? April tells her, years ago.
It sounds like more like a blessing than an infection. Shit, I'll take those mutant powers any day.
Never. I don't know. I just didn't want to face it. Then Mikey suddenly showed up again, and Casey then interrupts saying, and now he's out there fighting for us. Long story short, Casey tells her mom she's going to find Mikey and help him defeat Hiroto. We are then brought to Hiroto's building where we see Mikey has placed thermite grenades throughout, taking out a bunch of Foot Clan members. Hiroto then says, so the mutant dares another direct assault? The fool. Mikey then thinks to himself, fight or flight time, Hiroto. Please let it be fight. On the following panels, we see Foot Clan members laid out throughout Hiroto's building, as Mikey has just taken them all out. And I mean, he's taken out dozens of them all by himself. He even takes on a huge boss-like character, blocking his only way to the top floor. A character that is likely inspired by the Mountain from Game of Thrones. But after he takes him out, a robotic machine starts attacking him. But Mikey just picks up the sword of the big boss he just beat and impales the robot right through his center. After defeating everything Hiroto throws at him, Mikey says, enough. Where are you hiding, coward? Hiroto appears on the top of the stairs in the shadows saying, coward? Hardly. I'm not the one who skulked who knows where in utter fear for 10 years.
I think that's cowardly too, because like you're not fighting him at full strength. He done went through the whole building of Clan to get to you. And I noticed that with a lot of movies, like the main character always got to go through a bunch of foot soldiers to get to the main boss. And by the time he get to the main boss, he's about like 50% in strength. That seems like a strategy for all villains.
After all. Which one are you, by the way? You filthy monsters all look the same to me, dead or alive. Mikey or the Last Ronin replies, 16 years. It's been 16 years since you killed my family. Hiroto replies, has it? My. It's as they say, time flies when you're having fun. Mikey then starts walking up the stairs saying, whatever. All I know is this has been a long time coming, and all you need to know is I'm the one who's going to finish it. The last of the Oroku bloodline.
First he said some racist shit to him. Then he said, time flies while you're having fun. I would have dropped the bomb on that nigga. Fuck fighting him. I would have blew the whole building up.
Ends tonight. You and your mother. Hiroto replies, says the worthless Ronin who couldn't save his own master. The mutant monstrosity playing at family honor. All for pretend family with no true bloodline to speak of. Mikey says, you're wrong. Our bloodline is the shared mutagen that runs through our veins. My master, my father, my brothers, your family took them all away from me, and now your family will die. As he stares at Hiroto's mom in a cryogenic chamber. But Hiroto just puts his hand on his mother's chamber saying, I always hated her. She left me as a child and never returned. I only
That new Shredder uniform is fire. And he looked at it, yo, Mikey on some gangster shit. He looked at his mom saying, your family got to go. Meaning, once I'm done with you, I'm offing that lady in the tank too. He went and did it himself.
kept her alive out of spite, lost and alone in her coffin while I conquered, while I thrived.
That's petty. That's petty. Yo, that is next level petty. He kept his mom alive and suffering, sitting in that tank out of spite. He the king of petty.
Puts his hand on his mother's chamber saying, in truth, I always hated her. She left me as a child and never returned. I only kept her alive out of spite, lost and alone in her coffin while I conquered, while I thrived. As his Wolverine-like blades come out of his hand, he then stabs his mother's corpse. Mikey looks on saying, at least she had honor. You ready?
Yo, it got a... Yo, that joint fire. I ain't never seen nobody cosplay that neither. Don't be stealing my idea. All you cosplayers out there, don't steal my idea. I ain't never ever seen nobody cosplay that new Shredder joint. That helmet is fire. It's like a fucking the Shredder Power Ranger. That joint crazy. He said next how nah, so I said it first, quad.
Ready? Well, I certainly didn't get all dressed up for no reason. Let us begin the end as he activates his liquid armor, jumping towards the last Ronin. This leads to an epic several-page fight with the two of them falling out of wind.
It's like the Silver Surfer mixed with Power Rangers and Shredder. It's liquid armor, so he hit the joint dripped up on him. That's fire. Yo, I can't. Yo, wait till that shit. Boy, I was gonna look in the movie. Oh, they better not fuck that costume up. Oh, they better make it. Oh man, they better not fuck that costume up.
Windows, then fighting on top of rooftops, before ultimately falling to street level and fighting on the ground. And while this is happening, the comic intermittently cuts to Casey Marie, who's trying to save her mother April in the sewer. But anyway, once Mikey and Hiroto are on the street, Mikey is able to find a weakness in Hiroto's synthetic armor and kicks Leo's sword right through his stomach. Hiroto then says, fine, I yield. You win. Mikey replies, there's no win or lose today, only an end, as he picks up a manhole cover to kill him with. Hiroto then bows before him saying, you're right. And with Mikey off guard, he uses the blades on his hand to cut Mikey across the abdomen, saying, this is an ending, mutant. Mikey then says to himself, stupid cocky fool, oldest trick in the book, and I fell for it. Need to regroup, need some space, need to stop the bleeding, need to catch my breath. As he drops into the sewer trying to bandage up his stomach, which is now bleeding out. However, Hiroto follows and the battle continues. Meanwhile, we see Casey Marie found April, who has finally fixed the water pumps. As the two get to safety, April tells Casey she put a tracker into Mikey's blood when she drew his blood in an earlier issue. Casey then says, I've got a radio. I'll find him. After this, Mikey and Hiroto are thrown out of the sewer runoff just outside of the city with Mikey.
Ew, that's all shit water. Ew. Y'all remember when I had to work at that shit plant? Oh my God. I know what that shit look like. Ooh, and it's going into their wounds. Don't they do that in jail? They cover the shiv and shit and piss. So when they stab you with it, that wound won't heal. It'll keep getting infected. Oh man, ain't nobody surviving that. They got it dripping all in the wounds.
Mikey telling himself, head spinning, guts leaking, can barely stand. As Hiroto says, you will not survive this, mutant. I cannot be defeated. But Mikey tells himself, he's right. This whole thing's been a one-way ticket, but I'm not taking that trip alone. He then tells Hiroto, you're wrong, Hiroto. I'm going to bury you here. This mud hole will be your grave. Broken and alone outside the city you tried to destroy. Forgotten forever. In a fight that looks very familiar to Batman's fight with the mutant leader in The Dark Knight Returns. It's actually a pretty cool homage. Hiroto says, no, you're wrong. I am God.
Yo, that's too many coincidences. They definitely did take little bits and pieces from different stories, and that's still fire though.
Am immortal, as he activates an electric shock from his
Mike's
armor,
immortal?
electrocuting Mikey. But Mikey just suplexes Hiroto into the mud, which causes a large boom and charge to go off in Hiroto's armor, killing him. Mikey then climbs out of the mud, laughing to himself, saying, some god. As
He killed that nigga with a suplex. Go ahead, Mike. That nigga sickled him. And murdered. Oh my god. He offed him with a suplex. Go ahead, Mike.
gets to land, he flips on his backside, and Casey Marie arrives saying, Sensei, I'm here. Sensei, it's me. She continues to say, no, you're not leaving me. You can't. I brought the journal. See, you were going to teach me. You promised. It's not fair. Mikey looks at her and puts his hand on her shoulder, saying, I'm sorry, Casey. It was my duty, my destiny for my family. She says, but I'm your family now. He replies, yes, you, your mom, always. My father's journal, left it for you, as he coughs up blood. He then opens the journal and says, it will teach you all he knew, but the last lesson is mine, most important of all, as we see the journal reveals his latest entry, and it says, no peace. At this point, April arrives to see her good friend die in her daughter's arms, saying, oh my God.
Not saying like no peace, N-O peace, no peace, like no peace. Nah, fuck that. It's up.
God, Casey, oh Mikey, bye, my sweet friend. As Casey cries on top of Mikey's body while the comic shows us that Mikey's flatlining, giving us the death of the final turtle, Michelangelo, the last Ronin. We are then shown a sequence very similar to what we got in the first issue, where Mikey wakes up in his bed greeted by his three brothers, who are anxious to get out and into the city and defend it from evil. We then see Mikey, Leo, Raph, Donnie, Splinter, and Casey Jones on top of a New York City roof, with Splinter saying, New York City does indeed have its own unique odor. Mikey says, yeah, it does. Smells like home, alluding that Mikey is finally at peace now with his family in his own version of heaven. It's actually really epic how this moment came full circle, as we got a vision or dreamlike sequence very similar to this in the first issue when Mikey was thought to be dead, but April saved him. Love how it wrapped up this way with Mikey getting happiness in the afterlife. Really cool. Then in the epilogue of the issue, we see Casey Marie training in the sewer and kicking a punching bag so hard it breaks off its chains and flies across the room. Because remember, she's a mutant as well. She then closes Master Splinter's journal and, speaking to Mikey, says, I wish you were here still to see how far I've come, but I'll keep training. I'll keep learning. I'll keep getting better, Sensei. I won't let you down. She then walks into her mom's lab saying, how are the tests looking? April replies, slight improvement actually. Lots more to get done though. Casey then says, what's new? So what are we eating today? April says, get what you want, kiddo. I'm not hungry. She then picks up an iPad saying, wasn't talking to you. Hey there. As we see on the final page, she's talking to an aquarium that contains turtles, saying, hurry up and grow already. I've got so much cool stuff to teach you. Alluding that Casey Marie will be the next April to a new generation of 4 turtles. And with that, the comic ends by saying, to be continued. Whoa, guys.
They brought it around full circle. So now April, because April was the one, well, in the movie, April was the one who accidentally was the owner of the turtles, and then that shit happened. And they brought it back around full circle. So now Casey is going to be the mother of the turtles and the sensei, passing it on. Fire. How much time we at? Do we got enough time to go into Ronin 2? Let me see. No, that's second issue. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh shit. Oh, here go the movie. Hold on. Let's see what this movie at. Let's see what they got going on here.
Recent news from the film industry has thrilled fans of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise, as it has been announced that a new live-action movie is in development aimed at an adult audience. This will be an adaptation of the last Ronin comic series, which will also soon see a video game release. Tyler Burton Smith is handling the screenplay, and the producer role has been snagged by former DC Films head Walter Hamada. Despite the audience recalling Paramount's blunder with the DC Extended Universe under Hamada's leadership, I personally believe his selection as producer is complete.
Wait, so the Ninja Turtles are a part of the DC universe? That's why they was able to do the Batman and the what's the name? Because they're a part of a DC Extended Universe. So that's why they was able to do Ninja Turtles v Batman movie, which was fire.
Completely justified. Hamada not only led DC, but was also the creative force behind the first installments of The Conjuring and It. It's also worth remembering that he produced The Batman starring Pattinson and Joker starring Phoenix. As you can see, Hamada has a solid track record of creating darker, more violent movies that also performed well at the box office. This is definitely a plus, especially since it has been officially confirmed that The Last Ronin will carry an R rating. Yeah, Paramount could change the age rating at any point in production to mitigate risks, but as of now, we have what we have. The planned R rating promises a more mature and darker approach to the Turtles story, which will undoubtedly intrigue longtime fans. The source of this information is The Hollywood Reporter, which reported on the launch of the project. While details about what the new adaptation will entail are still under wraps, the mere announcement has already excited the franchise's fan base. It's worth noting that the next feature film about Ninja Turtles will be the sequel to Mutant Mayhem, slated for release in theaters on October 9th, 2026.
And they doing the Mutant Mayhem too. Ooh, it's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good year next year. Oh, I'm going to see both of them.
Jeff Rowe will return as director, with Seth Rogen once again serving as producer. The cast from the first part is also returning. However, audience reception to the first movie was mixed. Some great...
Shut the fuck up and take my money. Shut up. Take the money.
Appreciated Seth Rogen's vision, while others harshly criticized it. Regardless, official confirmations of the sequels are in place. But of course, The Last Ronin, especially with its R rating, stands out as the more intriguing and anticipated film for fans. While it's certain that the screenplay will adapt the storyline of the comic, surprises such as plot twists and expanded story arcs could be in store to both delight comic book fans and maintain suspense for newcomers to the movie. The Last Ronin is one of the darker yet more popular arcs in the TMNT saga. This is an epic tale of vengeance and redemption set against a dark and mature dystopian backdrop. At the heart of the story is the last surviving brother of the Turtles, who embarks on a solitary campaign against the omnipotent ruler of a future city. Armed with ancient techniques and modern technologies, he aims to complete the mission his brother started, to avenge the fall of his clan and restore justice in a rotten world that has forgotten honor and nobility. The graphic novel stands out with its deeply developed characters, complex moral dilemmas, and visual captivating style. The violence and dark themes make it an ideal candidate for an R-rated movie adaptation. With intense battle scenes, complex psychological portraits, and the
like I said, y'all hit that like button as y'all come in, because we still going into part 2. And make sure y'all support the new channel, because we, like I said, keep trying to say, we're trying to get this t-shirt maker so we can make these t-shirts. Double O, you wasn't here. We got fire ass design for t-shirts. We starting with the Ninja Turtle t-shirts. What was it, Quaz? Body count time. So it's $40 a month to rent it out. I just need y'all to help me with the first 40 to get the machine, and I'm going to pay for the t-shirts and pay for the rest of the month. So if anybody want to put anything to that, all the proceeds go straight to that. As soon as we reach the $40, I'm going right on the website. Body count time, yeah. I'm going right on the website. I'm going to rent that t-shirt joint, and we're going to be selling t-shirts. Wait till you see the design. I can't wait to see the design that Jada going to do for that. So, hit the Cash App or PayPal if you want to support that. He said you gotta be careful, little buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna make that too. I'm gonna make it those too. Oh, that's gonna be one of the first joints too. So in the Cash App, PayPal, we trying to reach this $40 so we can so we can rent this t-shirt maker, join, and get that out there. Faster we get it, faster we can get them t-shirts out.
Unwavering resolve of the main character, the film could fully capture the.
And they're gonna be a good price too, because I'm not gonna he said gotta do a horn toad mode activated. Yep, that one too. That one too. I gotta find out what I'm gonna use for the horn toad. Gotta find out what I'm gonna use for the horn toad. But the faster we get there, the faster we can get these t-shirts out. And it's gonna be cheaper too, because it ain't gonna be like $40. You know how niggas be charging $30, $40. It ain't gonna be like that, because I'm gonna have I'm gonna be making them myself. The t-shirt maker Jones, I'm gonna be making them myself. All you do is just print that shit on there and we good to go. And I'm gonna make sure it's a good quality t-shirt too. That's the only expensive part. Is going to be expensive is making sure we get good quality t-shirts. And that's gonna be all coming out of my pocket. But like I said, support it. Support the t-shirt maker John. All we gotta do is get the $40. We got 5 on it. We got 5 on it. I started it off with this request. That's going to that too.
The drama and tension of the original story, revealing the brutality and realism of the post-apocalyptic world. It promises to be an exhilarating, visually rich movie offering not just an action-packed experience, but also a profound story about the restoration of.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That shredder armor in that movie was fire too. I ain't even gonna lie.
Justice and honor. For a successful adaptation of The Last Ronin, screenwriters need to focus on character depth, providing each character with a unique backstory and motivation while
and then when they hit the doop, doop, in the elevator, that was my part. MC Mikey. When he was in the elevator, that was my part.
Maintaining the psychological complexity of the protagonist, reflecting his internal conflicts and moral dilemmas. The plot should be filled not only with dynamic combat scenes, but also moments that allow viewers to deeply understand the characters and their development. Artists face the challenge of visually realizing a post-apocalyptic world where ancient samurai elements are combined with advanced technological details. They must create a compelling and memorable atmosphere that supports the tone of the story, especially in action scenes and key locations for plot development. Every detail, from costumes to interior design, must contribute to immersing in this unique world. Producers, in turn, should focus on creating a film that remains true to the spirit of the original story, ensuring that the project meets the expectations of a modern audience. They face the task of attracting talented actors capable.
Well, oh shit. Holy shit, Double O. Was that you? We got it. Let me go on the website right now. We about to order that bitch. Hold on. We about to go on the website right now. Hold on. We about to go on the website right now. We about to go on the website right now. The 4 new turtles. Yeah. T-shirt. Start your t-shirt business. Flexible payment options right here. Hold on. It's not it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Ain't it? I was just on this motherfucker. There we go. Start your t-shirt printer business. Where is it? It said $40. Where's that one at? There it is. There we go. Packages include starter kit, 1-year warranty. Oh shit. There we go. High speed production. Hold on. All right, I can't. I'm gonna have to do this behind the scenes because I can't put my personal name on there. I ain't gonna be filling it out. I ain't gonna fill out my information while we on while we on the joint. But I just wanted to show y'all the website that I'm going to. I ain't gonna put my personal information all up there. Niggas be calling and trolling me and shit. I was just ready to do it too. I was ready to do it too. I had to think about whoa. But as soon as we done this, I'm jumping right on there. Hold on. I almost put my information up there. Oh, I was tripping. Oh, Rem. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all that's where I'm going. We're gonna fill that joint out. Get that bitch right in there. Yeah, boy. All right, let's get into part 2 of the Ronins. Let's see what these new turtles about. Let's see what these new turtles are about. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me get that up there. Let me bookmark this real quick. God damn it. Let me put my glasses on real quick. I can't see shit. Let me bookmark this real quick. You gotta do it like the old heads. How old heads putting their glasses on all the time. I know I say it all the time. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. You know how they be when they put their glasses on? Oh, there we are. Oh, there we are. Hold on, let me bookmark it real quick. MC Mikey. MC Mikey. That shit stuck in my head now. Yeah, shout out to Double O and Quaz. Yeah. I wonder if it comes with some t-shirts too. I'm gonna check that. I wonder if you can make it easier and order by machine. Above. Let me see. Direct fashion machine. Put white toner t-shirts. As double screen printing. Adorable double screen printing. Beautiful digital. Oh, you can do backpacks, t-shirts, fanny packs. Holy shit. Get your custom quote. Let me fill this out real quick. Let me fill this out real quick. Oh, that was quick. Ready to start your business. Yes, I want to grow. Choose a printer. Which one we want to get? I think we might have to go for the cheapest one, though, bro. Wait. Hold on. 4x4, 10 full front t-shirts. Post print application, head press, flexi designer, training and support. All righty then. Yeah, we're gonna go for the smaller one. We're gonna start small with the t-shirts. We ain't going nigga. All right, which one is that one? The BY20. BY20D. No, that's the BN20. No, that's the friend. Yeah, that's the one we want. Thank you. You will get contact very soon. Look, see? So y'all know I ain't bullshitting. I felt it out. So y'all know I ain't bullshitting. Thank you. We'll be in contact with you very soon. We can help you. See, let me put it up. Let me put it up full mass. So y'all know I ain't bullshitting. Put it up full mass. Filled it out. Wait for them to contact me back with my quote on that, y'all. And we good to go. And if we do, I'll get paid Wednesday. So if they do have a little bit more money than need to be put into it, I'll do it. But I just want to show y'all that I ain't bullshitting, yo. I'm really serious about this channel. I'm so serious about this channel because I've been wanting to do something else, something meaningful. I mean, what I was doing was kind of meaningful, but then it became something else. It turned into something else. So I want to do something different, you know. and I want to do something that I could be really, really proud of. And I'm proud of this so far. So I know this is going to surpass my other channel. I might just put all my work in. Nah, not all my work into it. Because that other channel, because I know y'all still want the other shit over there. Me and Trip C was talking earlier. We going in the skits in that other joint. I'm thinking about a Lord Jamar Flat Earth skit. or Sanchez Flat Earth skit. But I put it up for him. Let me put that up so y'all know I ain't bullshitting. We're gonna get this done. All right, now let's get into this last Ronin joint. This is only 9 minutes though, because I only think they got one issue. So let's get into it.
Passed on. Mikey joined the rest of his brothers in the afterlife. But that left the daughter of April, Casey Marie Jones, with 4 brand new turtles to be trained as the new generation. Written by the original writer of the Turtles, we now have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2. And today I'm bringing you the very first issue. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to join us on YouTube memberships for early access. Now let's get into the first issue. The Raider group rushes forward, but Casey Marie Jones is there.
Oh, she put her pop mask on.
Her team of resistance.
Ew, she cut her pop mask in half. And she's still thicker than the Snickers.
Fighters. You idiots don't know when to quit, do you? She snaps as she leaps forward, kicking one of the Raiders away. The rest of her fighters leap into the brawl, knocking the Raiders out of there, but taking care not to kill anyone. Let's wrap this up, troops. Move and block the exits. I want at least one of these punks left conscious this time, Casey shouts. And one of the goons comes up behind her with a pipe, but Casey blocks it without even looking. She whirls around, grabbing the goon by the throat, lifting him into the air. You're obviously not smart enough to be in charge, but smart enough to answer some questions. Casey growls at him, tossing him away and leaping back into the brawl. Moments later, the goons are all down and
higher.
Get out of here, all of you. Crawl back home and tell the others next time no one walks out.
And she got some tigos. Horn toad mode activated. Yo, put Casey Jones on that Joan. Horn toad mode activated. I know Quaz, I know you gonna want Camille, so we gonna make you a special custom tee. You might have to pay extra $10 for it, but we're going to put Camille on it and put Horn Toad mode activated. Yeah, the whole outfit fire.
Out of here. Casey shouts after them.
Oh, when did Nick Fury join the Ninja Turtles? Look, they got Nick Fury back there.
Then turns back to her fighters, who have captured one of the goons and orders them to take him away. Haul his ass over to Commander Zaragaza's bunker. We need better intel. Tell the interrogation team to press him. Casey orders, and some of her fighters look at her, pointing out that the interrogations don't seem to be working and that they should be putting some of the Raiders down. Casey stares at them before turning away.
I know you would.
Maybe. Let's keep trying.
Give me 5 of them. Give me 5 of them.
Trying it my way for a little bit longer. Now, go get some rest. I'm heading home to check on my kids, she says before walking out of the warehouse. Meanwhile, below the city, Yi reaches out and lights a candle in the middle of the table. She looks around at her brothers.
Well, it's a female turtle. One of them a female. She look like she got cancer. You look like you fucked that turtle up. What'd you do to that turtle, Casey? Look like you sprinkled too much mutagen on that one.
The others are standing there with Moja pointing out that they should get.
Yo, y'all ever see the TV show Inside Job? You said, do you think they are 2 females? Oh, no, she said staring at her brothers. No, yeah, there go the yellow one. And there go that one's a female too. But y'all ever see the TV show Inside Job? It's a Netflix TV show. It's an adult animation where her father runs the deep state. And she's like the lead scientist. And when she was a kid, she tried to make Ninja Turtles. And she wound up giving them cancer. She winds up giving them cancer. What Max send me now?
Get back before Casey and April return to the lair and they get in trouble. Uno finishes his pizza, telling the group that they are teenagers and they're supposed to be rebellious. But Yi calls them to the table so that she can tell them the tale of their family history.
Oh yeah,
as they promised to do when they discovered their own secret hideout. Can you please mind talking? The pictures are cooler inside my head that way. So dramatic, like a comic book, Odin says with joy. Uno makes fun of the immature turtle, but Yi tells him to hush, and the team sits down, closing their eyes as Yi uses her telepathy to speak into the
Look, Raph 2.0 is even bigger than Raph. He even bigger than Raph.
their minds, talking about the past of the turtles. She tells them the tale of Oroku Nagi and Hamato Yoshi in the Foot Clan. How the love of a woman came between them, and Yoshi was forced to kill Nagi in combat.
It's always over some coochie. Always. Every goddamn feud is always over some coochie. That's how powerful it is. Coochie make you do a lot of fucked up shit. Coochie make you act a fool out here. You see, young Pharaoh? Coochie make you act a fool out here, bro. It's always over some coochie.
Nagi's son, Oroku Saki, swore vengeance upon Yoshi and began to lead the Foot Clan with an iron fist, calling himself the Shredder, as he made the Ninja Clan into a vast criminal empire. Yoshi and his family fled to New York City, where they were hunted and killed. Their pet rat, Splinter, fled into the sewers, where he discovered 4 turtles that were transformed by the mysterious ooze. Splinter raised and trained the turtles as his sons to fight against the Foot Clan for control of New York.
Right. So he was a pet rat that was smart. He was like Taskmaster. He can look at something and replicate it. Because you remember the movie? He was standing up in the cage. He ain't had no mutagen, no nothing. He's standing up in the cage, just copying his master. So he's like Taskmaster.
Eventually, the turtles were killed in the war against the Foot Clan, with the only surviving member being Michelangelo, who escaped and became a Ronin.
Damn, they even showed Casey and Donnie on fire. They even showed Casey and Donnie on fire. Oh, that way. That way. I'm putting them wrong with it that way. Yeah, that way. They even showed Casey and Donnie on fire. Yeah, he was hella smart. Yeah, Casey and Leo. They showing. So how the fuck did Donnie die? Oh, he died with Splinter. With the arrows.
York and aid his old friend April O'Neil and her daughter Casey Marie Jones.
So what happened?
Michelangelo would train Casey before going into his final.
So what happened to the chick that killed Raph? Did she die with him? I don't remember them saying anything about her dying. Maybe that might be the new enemy. That could be the new enemy. We'll see. Because they don't say nothing about her death or what happened to her.
Final battle against the last descendant of Shredder, Oroku Hiroto. Mikey would win but die in the final battle, leaving April and Casey behind to try and pick up the pieces of New York. But the pair discovered a new group of turtles, transformed by the ooze. The group was trained by both Casey and her mother, who hoped...
Ew, the new Raph is a snapping turtle. Look at his beak. His beak is different. These two are snapping turtles. Their beaks are different. Imagine, you know how aggressive snapping turtles are? Oh! That was her. So the chick that killed Raph was Shredder's baby mom. And he kept her alive in the tank. No, that's not her. Was that her? I don't know. That was her. She was Shredder's daughter. Right. Okay, it makes sense now. She was Shredder's daughter, and he kept her alive in the tank. Okay.
That this new group.
But back to what I was saying, you know how aggressive snapping turtles are? So imagine giving snapping turtles mutagen. They would have ate Casey the fuck. No, Casey's an actual mutant too. They would have ate April the fuck up. Imagine how aggressive they would have been if you gave them mutagen. These two are snapping turtles. I know for sure the red one's a snapping turtle.
Group would help save the world. And we have trained ever since to carry on the honorable traditions of the clan Hamata.
Why the female got 3 titties? Like the chick from Kung Pao Hustle. Kung Pao, Fist of Fury. The triple nipple.
So, Master Splinter and Master Michelangelo, to always protect and serve our family, our friends, and our city. Yi thinks as she finishes the story. Uno smiles, patting his sister on the hand. Not bad.
Yeah, Razor was a snapping turtle.
He says. Uno stands motioning for the group to head outside. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's go. He says before Yi turns to the table, blowing up the candle. Meanwhile, April finds herself in the resistance tunnels. She orders her foreman to send the workers home, knowing that everyone has been working hard and needs rest. She looks at Marley and Ahmed, asking them for an updated report on the work to reconnect the tunnels. But it isn't looking good. They're running out of fuel for the drills, and there aren't enough workers to finish the task. We have way more work than people to do it, Marley tells her. April closes her eyes, sighing. I'll speak with Commander Zaragoza and see if he can spare any more troops. April finally says, knowing that it will be hopeless, as the resistance teams are spread thin. Most people refuse to join as they're more worried about surviving than rebuilding the city. And April finally calls it a night, turning to leave and return to her family. Above the city, the new team of turtles are leaping across the rooftops, worried that they might not make it home in time before April and Casey get there and they're going to get caught. Hustle! Just a few more blocks, Uno says, in everyone's mind as they're still connected by Yi. They finally arrive at the manhole cover with their new underground home, and they slip beneath the city street.
Wait, so they got some type of telepathy connection called Yi? Is that what he's saying? They got some type of telepathy connection called Yi? I missed that part. What the hell is Yi? That's what it sounded like to me for a second.
Streets, careful to be unseen. Below, they find their home dark and quiet. Still dark. No one's home yet, Uno says in everyone's mind.
Using trouble.
About luck, Moja thinks, but Odin frowns. It'll be even luckier if Grandma April brings some takeout. I'm starving, he thinks.
I bet
the lights suddenly come on as the turtles find Casey and April waiting for them. Check it out. Looks like we got some nasty cockroaches sneaking around the place. Casey says to her mother.
Look, Casey's still thick. Tiggle bitties. Horn-toed bolt activated. Yeah, these two are snapping turtles. The orange one and the big green one, they snapping turtles.
The turtles stare in surprise for a moment. It was Uno's idea! Odin blurts out. Dude!
Damn, he dropped a dime on that nigga quick. Hold up. He said all four of them were normal after you do with the number one. I'm gonna send you a breakdown to you. Okay. But he dimed that nigga out real quick. It was Uno's idea. He dimed him out quick as shit.
They come on as the turtles find Casey in April waiting.
Don't do no crimes with that nigga. He ain't even make it to interrogation before he started dropping dimes. Put a banana in that nigga hand and some glasses on him in a pimp wig. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna have to drop it down.
Waiting for them. Check it out. Looks like we got some nasty cockroaches sneaking around the place. Casey says to her mother. The turtles stare in surprise for a moment. It was Uno's idea! Odin blurts out. Dude! Uno shouts at his brother. Casey and April are angry and disappointed at the teens, telling them that they're both too tired to think about punishment at this moment. You said the next time we snuck out, we were supposed to get 6 months of restriction, Guy reminds them. Yay! What the hell? Moja shouts at her sister. And April finally gets up to order a pizza, but Casey's phone suddenly buzzes. Crap, that's the emergency line. She says and answers the phone to hear the commander asking for her help. Now, the armory and the food bank are both being hit by raiders, and he needs her team to secure the food bank. But my guys have gone 2 weeks straight without a break, Commander. Casey says
Who are
in
the new
surprise.
turtles?
Anyone you can find, Casey, they're being overrun, the commander shouts. So Casey hangs up the phone, unsure of what to do, but her eyes fall to the shrine of the old turtles and their master. She turns back to her own group of teens, trained, but still untested in combat. And finally, she closes her eyes for a moment before nodding. Kids, grab your gear. Weapons too. Time to fight, she says as she turns to get ready. Casey, it is too soon. Let's talk about this, April says, ignoring the teens' cheers of joy. But Casey turns to her mother. No time to argue, Mom. It's up to us. I'm sorry. Within a short amount of time, the team arrives at the food bank, now overrun by gang raiders who are setting fires and stealing all of the food. Nothing too fancy, just follow my lead, Casey tells the kids. She rushes forward, hitting the first raider. Don't you idiots know everything here is already free? Casey says as she grabs one of them, throwing him outside. All you gotta do is get in line, just like everyone else, she says. But the turtles are frozen by the fighting, unsure of what to do. Casey hits a few more goons that rush her. Hey, ninjas! This is what you've been training all your lives for. Quit standing around and fight, she shouts to the teens. Uno nods, leading his siblings into the battle. Yeet leaps over some of the raiders' heads, landing, hitting them with her quarterstaff. Uno jumps in with his sword, slashing and taking the raiders down. Moja pulls out her sais, leaping and kicking amongst the fighters. Only Odin stands there quietly, staring at the fighting, unsure of what to do. Casey is still battling, ducking under attacks, landing punches and kicks, giving her kids lessons as she goes. Watch all incoming attack angles, weapons at the ready. Know your next strike before you finish the first, and always cover each other's backs, she shouts out as she knees another goon. Hearing his mother's words, Odin prepares himself, pulling out his massive nunchucks.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sensei, he whispers. And he turns as a goon rushes at him with a hammer. The goon swings it hard and fast, but Odin's eyes suddenly...
She switched the weapons around, too. She gave the big nigga the nunchucks.
Widen in fear, and he completely freezes, his body becoming stone. The hammer cracks over his head, but merely breaks in half as the turtles rush to their brother's side, their eyes widening in shock. What the hell happened? Casey asks as she joins them, but Moja shakes her head. We don't know, Sensei. It's like he's frozen solid, she says quietly as the turtles reach for their brother. And that concludes the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the continuation to Last Ronin. Let me know what you think.
They left us on a cliffhanger. All right, now before we go, let's see what these turtles. Let's explain who these turtles are, who these new turtles are. Okay, who are the new turtles? Though Michelangelo dies heroically, vision, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they got a, what's her name? Uno seems to be the leader. These new turtles are comparable to Leonardo, despite the young turtles' tendency to insult the siblings rather than encourage and lift them up. So Uno's the leader. Odin's the big one. Odin's the big one. The largest of the turtles seems to be the most similar to Michelangelo. So so they basically switched up the personalities, the sizes, and the weapons. So Odin's more like Mikey, but he's the big one, like Raph. Yi, I guess that's another female, is like Donnie. Okay. And this one must be Raph, the little snapping turtle. The little snapping Moja is the reddish colored turtle with lighter patches on her face. Oh, that's a female. So the orange one and the leader one is a female. She is one of the two sisters of the crew. Her current relationship with her siblings mirrors that of a hot-headed Raph. Okay, I get it now. So let's run that back. Uno is the leader, which is this cancer patient looking one. and she's more like Leo. Odin, I guess that's what his name is more like Michelangelo. That's why he got the nunchucks, but he's the biggest. Like Raph, they mixed it all up. That's fire. Yi is the other female. It's more like Donnie. And this is red. This is my favorite one right here. I knew this was. For some reason, I knew that little orange one, was gonna be my favorite. Somehow, I knew that. He said the light skinned John. The light skinned John. But all right, that concludes our first episode of Rim TV Cosmic Comics. What I don't know what we're gonna do next. I really do want to do the Spawn John, but it seemed like y'all been picking them. So if anybody has any details or any comic books that they would like to see being reviewed, be sure to put it in the comment section. Yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed this too. We're going to do this a lot. And I'm waiting for them to hit me back on that t-shirt machine. They should be hitting me back shortly. We're going to get those t-shirts out. I ain't no bullshit, and we getting those motherfuckers out. We doing all them joints. You better be careful, little buddy. Body count time, horn toad mode. What's that other one? X-Men Age of Apocalypse. You want that to be the next one? Is that a request? Eyebrows. But Age of Apocalypse, like I said, that's gonna be the next one. But all right, y'all. Let me get on out of here. Got to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. I'll be back live later on my other channel. Should be. I don't know. What time is it? I ain't doing shit today. It's kind of rainy out. Yeah. I'll be live in a couple more hours back on my other channel. So, peace.